All right, everybody, welcome back to Bloomington Buddies, where two buddies talk about all things sports. As usual, we have me, your host, Eddie Finn, and our lovely producer, Jackson. But Quincy Bell is not here with us today, so we decided to permanently replace him with our man, Jimbo Davis. We talk about Jimmy all the time on the show, honestly. I think we mention you at least once every other show.
You didn't go through with the joke that you were going with last time.
Which one was last time?
Because we did the movie draft.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Crap, I killed Quincy. He's not here. And
that's why he's permanently replaced.
Yeah, that's why he's permanently replaced. He took my movie.
That's fair.
We did best sports movies, and he took, of course, the most obvious number one is Remember the Titans. And I told him I would kill him if he took it, and he took it. So Quincy,
that's a skill issue. You got to get it first.
Quincy went home with his mom today, and he's no longer alive. That's why he went home with his mom today. But anyway, yeah, let's welcome our man Jimmy Davis. Like I said, we talk about him sometimes on here. He's known Quincy way longer than me, but deep down I know he likes me more. It's okay. But he chose the draft for today, so we'll get into that later in the show. And then he wanted to do an NFL mock draft, which I was 100% down for. And then we will start off, though, with some crazy talk with the college basketball championships. Go ahead. I know you want to talk about it. Go ahead.
I'll start my talk with the women's basketball. I'll say that this year has made me decide that next year I will probably watch a game or two. Now, this, you may not know me,
but
but
big deal.
This is a big deal. I don't know. Seeing Caitlin, I would definitely watch an Iowa game, especially when they come to Indiana next year. I'll definitely turn up for it. But, yeah, it's not that I didn't like watching it. It's just like,
you didn't like watching
the
it.
quality was so bad sometimes. But they got a girl that can shoot good, and she plays well. So I'd definitely tune in to see the show.
I mean, we have a lot of those players, too, if you would have came to some of the games. But
Not really. I watched their last game against Miami, and I was like,
you picked the worst game to
who
watch.
taught these girls how to dribble? Because obviously they didn't do a good job.
You picked the worst game to watch. Ask him, dude. Ohio State, Michigan, Iowa.
The best game that I've been to
Sydney was knocking them down.
year.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, that game was crazy. And look, I'm going to address it because I've already gotten people texting me about this saying, oh, you need to talk about how Iowa should have won that game. No, they shouldn't have. Okay, was the technical foul on Caitlin Clark a little extreme? Maybe, but
Definitely.
she deliberately threw the ball away from the ref into the crowd. That is literally the definition of a technical foul. Now, listen, it was late in the game. At that point, should they have probably just been like, all right, whatever, let it go? Yes. But you also can't say it wasn't a foul because she literally bounced the ball into the crowd away from the referee when the referee asked her the ball. That's deliberately the definition of a technical foul. So you can't say it wasn't deserved, but if I'm being honest, they should have just let it slide. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Does it deserve to be a technical? Maybe. Does it change the outcome of the game? No. But
Exactly.
does making it watch it less enjoyable because of all the bad calls? I would argue yes.
Yes, I agree, but
And that's just something that has to be fixed.
I mean that has to be fixed across all things. I mean, hell, the Big Ten refs this year were some of the worst I've ever seen, men and women. And
I agree.
I mean, a lot of people. I mean, I very rarely blame the game on the ref because I feel like they're human, they make mistakes, whatever. It happens. But the Miami women's game was dog shit. Hell, even the what game was that we watched this earlier in the year? It was against, I want to say. There was one of the games where we barely won in the men's game at home, and it was the refereeing was dog shit. I think it was Michigan. Was it Michigan where the refs were horrible?
Michigan was at the end of the year.
Yeah, and it was horrible.
because they wanted to get Michigan in the tournament.
Correct. And
Didn't work out.
Didn't work out. But either way, and he's a Michigan fan, so he's a little salty on the side.
We can talk about where Dickinson's going.
Go Blue.
Dickinson ain't going. I hate Dickinson. God, I hate him. Sorry, I can't stand the man. But yeah, I think the fouls are kind of bullshit. But I say this: there's no way Iowa's winning. Even if you give 4 more fouls on LSU, you're not making up 18 points. They ran your shit. Get over it. Caitlin Clark wasn't as. I can't stand the fact that she's in the headline no matter whether she wins or loses. Literally, the headline for the final of the game was LSU stuns Iowa, wins 105-80 or 103-85. Right under it, Caitlin Clark breaks national championship record. I said, honest to God, what the hell? She hit the most threes in the game. It was ridiculous. She doesn't miss, and it's just so annoying.
So does Iowa have any recruits coming? Are they going to be good next year?
They're always good.
I'm looking at it now, and I don't see any in the top
Well, you have to
50.
realize that they're also keeping most of their team. They're losing their center, but they're still keeping Gabby Marshall, I'm pretty sure, who is a great player. Caitlin Clark. I think Snooki is the only one leaving. Not Snooki. That's freaking, what's her name? Crap. Their center. She's a senior. she fouled out, and it was a big deal. But yeah, I mean, Caitlin Clark, she's coming back next year. I mean, it's Caitlin Clark. We're gonna expect to see big things, but I mean, for the time, LSU, congratulations. I mean, it's their first national championship for women's or men's basketball. Angela Reese, she's ridiculous. God, is she crazy.
LSU's got 2 top 10 recruits coming in next year too.
Correct. Hell, I think we even had a couple. Maybe we didn't.
52.
52?
I mean, that'll help. It's
Yeah.
better than the men could get.
I was going to say, the men couldn't get anybody. I mean, we did good in 24, though. But let's go ahead and talk about the men's national championship game really quick. As projected, UConn absolutely ran the floor with them. I mean, there was no real shock there. I literally said UConn wins against Miami, it's over. And sure enough, many people are screaming that, FAU would have been a better game. And, I mean, nobody will know, because it didn't happen. But, I mean, what did you think about – because you watched – did we watch the FAU SDS game together?
Not together, no.
Did we not? Okay. What were your thoughts on that game? Because that game kind of pissed me off a little, I'm not going to lie.
I don't know. It went down to the wire. Because I have no affiliation for each team, I mean,
Yeah.
As soon as IU lost this year, I'm going to be honest, I was just out of the
I feel it.
tournament. There was only a few teams that I really cared about. Miami had an interesting offense, so seeing their game was interesting. But, of course, the offense – in March, you need a good offense, but it can only get you so far.
Correct. And UConn's defense with the big men are ridiculous.
And I feel like UConn, for winning, 5 championships since 99 or something crazy?
They've won 5 since 99. That's all of them, actually. That's the only ones they've won. They've won them all since 99.
I feel like they're every year I undersell them. And then, I mean, most of the time it works. But then when they're good, they go all the way.
And I always feel like an idiot because literally, I think I even said it on one of the episodes of this. Literally before the tournament started, I said, right now, UConn is my sleeper team. And I was like, they're gonna go big. And I literally purposely didn't pick them, though, because I was like, knowing myself, I'll jinx it. Mm-hmm. And now look at me. Like, I should have picked it. But
what did jinx it?
I know. But, yeah, I mean, it was an interesting March Madness. Interesting enough, I was watching SportsCenter the other day, and they literally said they think within the next 10 years, March Madness won't be a thing anymore, which I thought was interesting.
Why?
They didn't really give a great reason, in my opinion, but I just thought it was an interesting thing because they're saying that, like, they feel like people really want to see the big games. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, this was an interesting Final Four, but, like, most people want to see Duke take on North Carolina in the final because it's a rivalry, it's a big game, and they're saying that they may just be... There isn't going to be, like, I guess the first 4 and all that shit. That's just really going to be the big teams get to go against each other.
That's true, but I feel like you do get that. And if not, if you have a lacking March Madness, there's always a good conference tournament where you'll see maybe UNC Duke. And if you don't, it's because the teams are bad. No one wants to watch them.
Well, I also don't. The only thing I hate about March Madness is it's not always that. Like, for instance, Arizona has been a great team all year. It's just that Princeton got hot in that game. And I give them full credit for it. But... Are you saying that Arizona was so bad they deserved to go out in the first round? I don't think so. I think it's just that they cooled down a little, and that happens.
That night they were that bad, and Princeton was that good.
I agree,
but
that's
see it.
I thought it was. I mean, I didn't love to see it because they were my runner-up, but I mean, I love to see that when a team gets upset because it's an interesting storyline. But I think that's part of the reason they're feeling it's going away is because it's getting to the point where, especially in the last 3 years, we've seen a lot more upsets than anything, and it's like. Those small market schools, I mean, nobody expected us to have 4 as the highest number in the Final Four this year. Like, nobody. And
I think it's safe, but I think there's also a lot better reasons you could even argue. Like, if you said people are going to sit out like they do in football, sit out pro games, people are going to go to the independent leagues and get money, even though NIL kind of takes that out.
I was going to say, NIL is crazy right now. That's something I want to talk about eventually on the show. But
just saying that because of the upsets, the popularity is going to go and they're going to scrap it, I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't think that they'll scrap it completely. I think they may tweak it. I don't know that it will still be 64 teams in the next 10 or 15 years. They may make it smaller. I don't know. But we'll see.
I don't feel like they lose revenue on that. They have a whole morning where everyone watches.
Correct. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But it's also going to determine, now that they're required to pay money.
Yeah.
Are they going to make it bigger? I mean, who knows? It could go either way. But I mean, we'll see how it works with that. I mean,
we'll see. I have
March Madness has been so long. I think March Madness is fun. I mean, it determines on the year that, like, this year I feel like it wasn't as fun. I mean, maybe it was just me. I mean, there was some cool, like, the Final Four was cool to see. Like, I like to see that kind of change. I don't like to see Duke every year.
Yeah.
But it's still one of those things. It's like, you're right. After IU went out, I was kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, cool, UConn, you're pretty cool. Like, I'll watch you, but, like.
And it's funny they argue that less games because in football, they're doing the exact opposite. They're just adding teams. And I get that they have buys, so it's still not as many games added, but they're going to 12 teams now?
Yeah, but they're adding teams for the same reason that people are saying they should shorten it, because literally who's in the playoffs every year in football? Alabama, Georgia, either Notre Dame, Clemson, one of those
it's like
stronger
the same
teams.
as UNC meeting Duke.
Correct, but that's why they're saying if we shorten it and we include more of the powerhouse teams, because, like, for instance, Michigan is better than FDU, 100%, right? But the only reason they didn't make it is because FDU won their conference championship, and they technically get a sneak in.
FDU didn't even win their conference.
Or no, they did, but they got the 16-seeded team.
Yeah, that's how they got.
But
the
like,
yeah.
It's just like, there's no reason that we should be putting FDU in. I mean, I know why they do it, but like, you have no excuse
honestly,
for it.
No, I love it. It gives them funding to the lower schools. It gives them like millions if they make a run every year.
I understand. Like I said, I understand why they do it, and like, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I want those schools to be funded, but it's like, then don't say March Madness is the tournament of the best, because there are 120% better teams than FDU. And people are like, well, they beat Purdue. Okay, right there tells you that there are still better teams. But
so if only what percent of the top 64 are only there because they won their conference? Maybe 10?
I'd say 10%, but that's
10.
Still a major chunk.
Can't be in the top 50 teams in the league, do you really deserve a shot at the tournament, though?
That's why I said I think the top 64 teams should be in the tournament. I feel like that you prove that you are a good team. You've been in the top 64, and now for teams like, don't get me wrong, I mean, I hate Michigan. I hate teams like in the Big Ten, but they definitely played better that season.
I would also say that there's teams that are decent regular season and good in tournament style. And
I agree.
When you find the winner, even though it's from a bad division, if they can win when it matters in tournament style, we saw that how it translated into actual March Madness. So I would argue that does Michigan, if they get the spot, are they going to make a run? No.
Possibly.
No.
I mean, you don't know, because
I don't think so.
I mean, yeah, FAU had a good record.
You can't win in March if your coach sucks.
But
that's why Indiana also loses. When you have a bad
Woodson is great. Don't act like
Woodson's good at recruiting, but
I think he's still a good coach in heart. Like he coached in the NBA.
In today's game,
but
he hasn't evolved to today's game.
He just wants to play too many guards. And then he tried to run it through Trace, because Trace is
He's
never
promoted a big man that can shoot. He's never recruited it.
Correct. And that's why he was trying to run it through Trace, but he's not the guard that he wants, because Trace can't shoot.
Right, and Trace was great for the college game until you come against an offense that can spread the floor and shoot.
Miami.
Iowa killed us.
Miami
killed us. It just is what it. Arizona killed us. Their four can shoot.
Holy shit.
It just is what it is. He has to evolve to today's game, and he's not.
Exactly.
But am I saying he should be fired? No, because they can't replace him with anything better.
There's nobody that's going to. Yeah.
Woodson's fine. People like Woodson.
People said Crean should come back because he actually went to Penn State. Tom Crean. And I was like, nah.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't need Tom. I love Tom, but
honestly, not even sure who that is. So.
Tom Crean, you don't, or dude,
you don't know who Tom Crean is?
Yeah.
He used to be our basketball coach when we beat Kentucky 2013. Christian Watford for the win.
I guess you'll probably recognize.
He's got the most iconic game face ever. We win the game. This is the face going down the sideline.
I hate that. I was a Kentucky fan.
It was just like, you were a Kentucky fan.
I was a
dog.
Born in Kentucky. I was living in Kentucky when that game happened, and I was like sobbing, bro.
Is that why you're the Lexington Milkies on your fan? Oh, okay. Were you born in Lexington?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
I was a huge UK fan.
Oh, my stepmom's a UK fan. She's from Louisville,
Watched
she went
Anthony
to Louisville.
Davis be the best basketball player of all time for 1 year stretch.
Yeah, and then watched IU hit that. You were probably crying. I was laughing.
It wasn't as bad as when Wisconsin beat the undefeated Kentucky team in the Final Four.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Frank Kaminsky, oh my God.
Dude, that was brutal. I just can't believe you didn't know who Tom Crean was. That's crazy. Literally one of the most. And then he gets fired the year after, which is so funny.
Yeah.
Because he literally we have not had a better basketball season since then. We were number one in the country for almost 5 weeks straight. And we beat number one and number two. It's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, that is the NCAA. We'll
Hold on.
I'd
like to bring up this.
What's up?
When I look at the recruiting for the Big Ten, I just see that it's in decline. And I love the Big Ten,
Yes.
and I'd hate to admit it. All our best players are really the best because they're 4-year, 3-year players. It's very rare that a freshman comes and lights up the league. It's rare
Correct.
that
We got that lucky, but
it's rare that a coach just revolutionizes the game of the Big Ten. It's happening in the SEC. It's happening in the Big 12.
correct.
And I just hate to see it because
Big Ten has always been one of the better basketball conferences. It's been them and the SEC.
right. And now the Big East, I feel like the Big East basically is trying to replace it at this point.
The Big East, they're getting close, but I mean, now that,
They're not
dude,
better
by the way,
yet,
Caleb Love coming to Michigan. Did you see that?
Oh, really?
That's
He
what it
committed to
was?
Michigan for some damn reason. Committed to Michigan over IU. They were both on each other.
Yep.
Literally, Woodson was into it, and Caleb Love was like, I would love to play for you. And then literally, I just got the notification this morning that said, Caleb Love commits to Michigan. I was like, dog, what?
That's huge. Yeah.
Go blue.
No. Fucking screw Michigan, dog. You guys are still going to suck dick.
When I heard that Dickinson was in the portal, I was like, I feel like he's just doing this to add leverage and get money in NIL. That's what I feel
100%.
like.
But where's he going to go? Who's going
I
to
don't
pick
think
him
he's
up?
going anywhere.
Who's going to pick him up? Nobody, because you know why? He sucks.
I think Michigan's just going to give him the bag.
Just
And
like,
say good.
Dickinson is not as good as people say he is. I'm sorry, I can't stand him.
I think he's all right. Trace is better. Trace is certainly better, but I think he's like the tier 2 big man.
Dickinson's he egos everything. He thinks he can shoot threes, and he makes like them every now and then. But like he's like Quincy. He makes one, and he thinks he's got to shoot every time he gets it.
He's if Race Thompson was better. That's
Honestly, dog.
Paul Race Thompson.
Okay, we got to talk about it though. I don't really think we talked about it. Race Thompson having the best games of his career for 3 in a row at the end, and then just like
Whatever,
that
dude.
poster dunk, dog. I was like, yo.
When Race does well, the team does not. And
It's not, I mean, the
it
first
just
round,
is what it is.
That is facts. When Race has to start cooking, dog, we know it's over.
Yeah,
you know that.
We know.
It's done.
He
Nah,
went
dude,
off
he went
against
off.
Arizona, and I'm like, fuck, we're going to get blown out.
Yeah.
It's over. He's hitting threes. And then we did, and I'm like,
Well, we beat
All right.
Kent State, and he went crazy.
oh,
We beat Kent State, dog. Come on, give him a
My
little
bad.
credit.
Let me hold
yeah.
my horses
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Race, just look
and then
like
Miami.
You're
Kent State actually looked like they'd be playing in the rec lobby, bro. They
Dude.
literally looked like they'd be out there waiting for a
Bloomington
spot to
buddies
play.
beating, dog.
Oh, my God.
Out of curiosity, how high do you guys think that Jalen's going in the draft?
Jalen Love probably.
No.
No.
Hood-Schifino.
Oh, Hood-Schifino.
Hood-Schifino.
I was.
'Cause-
I don't think he's actually. I
Because,
honestly,
yeah, he declared for the draft.
which I hate.
and-
I'm so pissed about that right
No,
now.
yeah, I was shocked about it.
No, dude, I'm
And
literally pissed. I literally don't understand it.
I don't think he's gonna go that high.
He's
my
not.
roommate thinks he's gonna be a first rounder.
After the Purdue game, first rounder. After the end of it, he's probably going to go late second, maybe
That was-
not even drafted.
That was my whole argument. It's like,
Disagree.
yes, he had a lot of games where
His
came
defense
up
was
clutch,
dog
you
shit
know,
after
like,
the Purdue game.
Like the Purdue games, both Purdue games, he just lit up the floor.
Correct.
He was fantastic. He looked great. He looked like a first rounder, really, really good.
Exactly.
But outside of that, he was a good player. I'm not trying to say that he
Correct.
was a bad
No,
player.
he
at
was a
all or
great player,
anything, you know. But definitely
in the
not a first
tournament-
rounder. I don't think he's going to go very
The
high.
tournament shows you who can play under high stakes, and he couldn't. He literally had 2 of the worst games of the entire year, in both against Kent State and Miami. His
Yeah.
defense was horrible. He was constantly drawing fouls on himself. I mean, he's just you can't be an NBA guard and not have some form of defense. Don't get me wrong. There are guards that aren't like Steph isn't the best defender. I mean, there are people that aren't the best defenders, but they still can play every aspect of the game in some way.
And plus, there were
his
just
defense was dog shit.
there were just so many games where he went 1 or 2 for
Correct.
9 or 2 for 13 or whatever.
The only
you know,
reason
and
I
it
say
just, like,
if he goes in the first round, the only reason is because he's 6'6". He's a tall guard.
And I mean, he definitely has a lot of potential, obviously, and everything. He's still a
Correct.
really good player. I still have full faith
Oh,
in him and everything,
100%. But
yeah, this year definitely was not the year for him to declare for
yeah,
the draft.
yeah.
I
Definitely
think
wasn't.
he's going lottery, and I'll tell you why. 2 words. Johnny Davis. There's always some dog shit team like the Wizards who just wants to take a guard that can shoot. And will he be
Jalen
good in
can't
that?
shoot. He can shoot mid range, but he
He can
can't
shoot
shoot
middies.
three.
His 3 is decent. You can see potential there. I think some terrible GM, maybe from the Washington Wizards, will look at him and be like, "Oh, I think he's the fit of our franchise," and then they're gonna
Say
pick
it
him
just
up.
like that.
Yes, they're
I can
gonna say it
imagine that.
just like that, and then they're
That's what
gonna
every
pick him.
single GM sounds like.
Everyone from
At
Washington.
least.
Oh my God! Or like the Hornets or something will be like, "Yes, I'm gonna pair him with Melo,"
And I
for
think,
no reason, and it's not going to work.
And I think that's what my roommate's like mentality was, because he has a lot of potential is the thing. And I think that was his whole point, was like GMs and coaches are going to see that potential in him and they're going to take him high and then like work on him the first few years, and then hopefully, he'll get better.
Hey, bring him to Golden
But
State. Fuck it. Let's run a 4-guard rotation. Get Steph and Clay some rest. Get Poole and my man J Hood out there. I don't care.
As we'll see from my NFL draft later, I hate players that you can tell just don't show effort like they should. They don't have the motor like they should.
Correct. Yeah.
And I see that in Jalen Hood-Schifino, and I feel
like
like he's still going to go lottery anyway, and it's going to be a bad pick. But
I just can't see him going lottery, dog. It just doesn't seem like the fact that
it's a loaded draft too. That
to
is
me,
something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like to me, he doesn't go first round.
Yeah,
After
to me,
that,
this reminds me of last year when Trace declared for the draft. Like, he made a big deal about it, told everybody, thank you, Hoosier Nation, for everything you've done, blah, 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 blah. And then it was projected that he wasn't going to get drafted. So before the draft, he came back.
Apparently there was also another reason behind that. Apparently, like, he got sick and didn't make the draft combine.
Yeah, I think he
that
got
also
COVID
hurt his
or
stock.
something.
Yeah,
I think he got COVID.
NIL money.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably was like, "This was the best decision that ever happened to me."
Honestly, yeah,
Woodson
it
sat him
was
down
a great
and
decision
said, "Hey."
for him, because he had a fantastic.
Because he also made it
year.
further in. He also made it further in the tournament than last year because the St. Mary's. Screw you.
Woodson said, "Look, you can be maybe drafted to the second round by the Pacers. No one will care. No one will know who you are. Or you could stay here and get whatever you want in Bloomington for another year, including a big bag.
Literally whatever you want."
That's
Dog Kittle literally was like.
So do you think JHS will come back?
I think he.
Oh yeah, I
did.
definitely think that he'll come back.
You think he'll make a big deal and then go, ha, psych?
To me, this is exactly what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Trace last year when he declared for the draft. I think it's going to be the exact same situation.
Because
when Jalen comes back, I guarantee, like he's still going to light it up. He's still going to be really good. I feel like he could be really, really good still at IU. Like, he was good this year, obviously. And
I think that if Woodson wants him to continue to stay at IU, he builds around him. Yeah. Because everybody's gone now. Cobb is gone. Race is gone. Exactly. He is going to be the fit. We built around Trace. Now it's time he's gone. Race is gone. Miller is gone. Now build around Jayed. And you should be good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can give him, he's already.
That's exactly what Woodson's going to offer him. It's like, this team is going to be built around
If he's smart, he puts J Hood at the 1 and gets him a true shooting guard so that J Hood doesn't have to. Because we saw it a lot. That's also part of the reason I think that is going to hurt him is after that Purdue game, if he would have went to the draft then, 100% first round. I mean, his defense was locked down. He was great at scoring. He had great everything, dribbling. But afterwards, I noticed he just started getting the ball shooting. It didn't matter if he was from, 3-4 steps behind the three-point line.
Bro thought he was Caitlin Clark.
Bro thought he was Caitlin Clark, dog. Bro thought he was Bloomington Buddies prime Quincy Bell. But, like...
That's exactly what I thought of during the second Purdue game, because that was the first thing that he did. He got the tip, grabbed the ball, shot it, missed it, and I was like, oh, God, this isn't going to end well.
That was the game.
You could tell Woodson wanted him to do that.
Like, that was and obviously he proved me wrong and everything. But
I agree.
After he did that, like, in my gut, I was just like, oh, it's
But
over.
I definitely feel
crushed.
After all of that, he probably will be projected second round, and he's not going to like that. And then you're right, he'll probably come back.
I don't even know second round.
I think late second round, undrafted. That's my pick right now. I think he goes to, he probably falls to a team that's good, but like just needs that second guard to come off the bench, and maybe eventually he'll start. A couple years down the road, but he'll be that tall. I mean, because he's a big physical guard. I mean, he's 6'6". I mean, I think he's what, like 200, 210,
Sounds
something
right.
like that. So he's not a small dude, but he can't. I mean, yeah, he reminds me. He's like Grace Berger. She can shoot the mid range, and yeah, she can shoot the 3 every now and then. But she's got good handling. She can drive in, take the mid range shot, and that's her. She can play defense every now and then. But
if he doesn't go to the draft and get drafted decent, that it is going to be hard for IU to get top-tier recruits.
100%.
Because the recruits that we're talking about 2024 that haven't even declared IU yet, they're all from Montverde Academy.
Exactly.
Just like them. So if they see Malik Renew goes there and he sucks, he has potential, but
Malik
he sucked
is
the
okay.
first year.
I mean, he was just a solid off-the-bench player, yeah.
Hopefully he'll be better. We think he will.
Yeah, he'll be a good big man if they can do
JHS, he was ranked even higher. Couldn't even get drafted, stayed when he didn't really want to. That's just a bad look. It's hard to get recruits. It might even be better for IU if JHS goes and gets drafted high. just to
Correct,
keep the
but
program
if he
going.
stays and J Hood has he won Big Ten Freshman of the Year. He won, he had awards that he won. So, that if he stays, that looks good. So either way, he either needs to go get drafted high or he needs to stay. If he gets drafted anywhere below the first round, you're right. I have a feeling almost within the next week, those recruits are going to change their mind.
I think he's going first round.
And because we had what did we decide? Me and you and Quincy looked up we had 2 5-star and 1 4-star recruit in 2024 is what was looking at us.
We don't got shit.
No, we
They're
did.
all
We had
discussing, but between colleges, not a single person has declared.
No, not declared. I'm talking about that are considering IU in 2024. That were high consideration. There was
we'll
like
get
3.
there when we get there. There's not even a single person to declare.
But so yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right. Let's just do the draft like NFL. Okay. And because I don't know how much time we're gonna have when we get done with it. All right. So I think me and Jackson did one of these like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was
3
terrible.
or 4 weeks ago.
I was terrible at mine.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So I posted that on my channel. I think I don't remember. I honestly can't remember at all. But we're gonna do it again.
This is how I suggest we do it.
All right. Let's see it.
I suggest we rotate and we talk about it. So he makes his pick, then we talk about whether we like it. You make your pick at 2, talk about it.
Fair. Okay.
And then I'll end up.
Do
9 for
you
my
have
Chicago
yours?
Bears.
I don't have mine, so I would say you two go.
And then you just kind of if you like it.
Yeah,
kick it.
I can chime in if I.
Okay. I'll start with 1 then. I'll make sure I start with 1.
Yeah, because you know who I'm picking.
You're gonna go wrong.
I'm not.
You're gonna go very wrong. Number 1 overall draft pick to the Carolina Panthers. Gave up way too much to get it. Thank God. C.J. Stroud. He's going number 1.
No.
Do I think he's the best quarterback? I don't know. Bryce Young is probably better than him, but with the concerns about how small he is, I think C.J. Stroud goes number 1.
I can't. You have to look at Anthony Richardson, dog.
That's 1A and 1B.
Nah, I feel like they're interchangeable. If CJ goes first, I'm not shocked. But
I think CJ
Anthony
will
Richardson
go
is
first.
just big and he's physical. He can run. He's everything.
Okay, he'll make a perfect tight end. Love to see it.
He's built like Cam Newton, dog. The Panthers had a good success with Cam.
Yeah, Cam did a lot better in college. People compare him to
Anthony
Cam.
Richardson's
People
a
compare
sophomore,
him.
dog.
Okay, maybe he
And
should
he had
stay in Florida
nothing
and
at
develop.
Florida. He had nothing at Florida. They were just making him worse at the end.
Okay, so maybe if your team had a decent quarterback like, per se, the Vikings, they have to get through Kirk Cousins. The Titans, they have to get through Ryan Tannehill. You pick up Richardson, you let him sit for a year. Maybe he develops. That's okay. But you pick a sophomore, unproven, out of Florida, no success, no big games won, like big postseason games won. I just don't see it. I think there's no way that Richardson goes 1 or 2.
I think that people underestimate what the combine really means. People think, oh, the combine's just there for show, and they don't really consider that. No, they do. They're going to look at
Not
that.
important compared to other things.
And also, Bryce Young is injury prone. He got injured twice in the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's why he'll go too.
And he won't go. C.J. Stroud, people are saying, yeah. Again, C.J. Stroud is if Anthony Richardson doesn't go, he's who I would consider to go next. Definitely, they're the top 2 quarterbacks, in my opinion.
It's got to be Stroud.
But I just don't know. I don't know if. I feel like Stroud is going to be better. My number 2 is who I have for C.J. Stroud. I think he'll fit better in the Texan system. Davis Mills is he's had 2 years to prove himself. He hasn't really proven anything. He's been in the league for 4 years now, or 3 years, 3 or 4 years. Davis Mills is just he's there, but I feel like C.J. Stroud would do better. He's a taller guy. He's a bigger guy. And he can thread the needle really well, which I like.
Who's the head coach of the Panthers? Do we know their style?
Matt Rule?
Matt Rule got fired.
Did he get fired?
Yes, mid-season because he's trash.
Oh, that's right. No.
I think
Frank
Reich. Colts. I forgot they hired him. Yeah.
I forgot.
So in other words, he is
I'm
going to
so
make
happy
that.
we got their pick next year.
He's going to make CJ.
God.
So he's going to pick
forgot
Anthony
about
Richardson
that.
because that's who the Colts wanted, dog.
Oh, that's so rich. I
No,
completely forgot about
Yeah,
that.
I can't believe you'd hire him, dog. Just Saturday. They should have hired Saturday, dog.
Should have hired Saturday.
Honestly, I just don't think Frank. I think his time in the league's over.
Having Saturday's a lot more fun for the
When
Colts.
did it ever begin, dog?
On the Eagles coach, right? Or no? Where did he come
No,
from?
you're
Frank
thinking
Reich?
Doug Peterson.
Okay, I thought he was under Peterson.
He was, but he was never a head coach.
Gotcha,
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I was fully on board with the Jeff Saturday train just because of his first
Hey, he
press
won his first
conference.
game. He had the best record
Yeah,
in
he
the
won his first
NFL
game.
ever.
I was on board during his first press conference just because he was just like,
Yeah.
I might suck at this. I might be terrible at this. guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
he's getting
that's
paid. He don't
literally
give a
what
hell.
he said.
He doesn't care. He's getting paid.
He does not care at all.
Plus,
And I love him. His
he knows-
personality is so good.
He knows Jim Irsay's not trying to win either.
Jim Irsay.
So go out there. They told him have some fun.
Yeah.
Get your cred out. Just don't
Get his
worry
cred
about
up.
it.
Actually, that made it worse, dog. That record.
mean-
They should have gotten Peyton out there, dog. Honestly,
Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning, dog.
If
They
we
should
get
no.
Peyton-
They
He's
should have
having
gotten
too
the
much
whole
fun.
Super Bowl team to fill in all the coaching. Peyton at quarterback and
Marvin
coach.
Harrison
I feel
from-
Marvin
like-
Harrison is the wide receiver coach, dog. They could have gone all out.
Obviously, I would love to have Peyton come back to be head coach.
He
and things
actually
like that.
considered it.
That would be amazing, but I
He's
also have
having
the
too much
feeling
fun.
that it would turn out like Derek Jeter being the president and owner of Miami Marlins.
Or
'Cause,
Yeah.
AJ running
Jeter
the
was
when he
Hornets.
took over,
He sold them so. I mean, he sold them last year or the year before?
last year.
Last year?
Plus
he
Peyton would
was like,
tank
I'm
for
done
Arch.
with this shit, dog.
Oh yeah, like when
He was done.
when he became the owner of the team,
Yeah.
he was they were supposed to win World Series.
Oh, yeah.
like they were supposed to be champions, and
No.
it did not work out.
No, just but I always said like Peyton would make a good head coach because if he stands just right, the sun will reflect off his forehead and it will blind the other quarterback. So we're chilling.
So at 2, who are you taking? Are you
CJ.
taking?
I'm taking CJ then.
I already took CJ at 1.
I know. That's what I have Anthony at 1.
No. We're running 1.
Huh?
With the people left, who are you taking at 2?
Oh, are you guys doing like a combined?
Oh, you're
draft
doing that,
thing?
dog. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
Oh,
We're
we're doing a
doing
combined
combined.
draft.
Yeah.
You son of a hell, bitch.
It's more like an actual draft.
You son of a hell! Did you say?
I was trying to say, I was
would
thinking,
love
what
to
the
say
hell?
I'm a son
But
of
then
a
I
hell.
was like, you son of a hell. And it didn't come out right. Well, I'm taking Anthony Richardson, number 2. I mean, they're taking one of the 2. What? Oh, no. Oh, fuck me.
I got it. You just have to add.
Oh, close.
Down to that.
Okay. And then the add button. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. I see. Oh, I accidentally added Bryce Young because it should be Bryce Young, but
There's no way dude, he's not going to fit that system. He's going to go to the Colts.
it's a new system. It's a new head coach. I just
and
don't
they're
know what
still,
you even mean.
No, okay.
It's
but,
D'Amico Ryans from the 49ers.
correct. And Bryce Young is not going to be that kind of quarterback.
What kind of quarterback?
The kind of quarterback that they run in San Francisco. Think about it. Brock
They
Purdy,
literally
Jimmy
traded,
Garoppolo.
They traded for Trey Lance because that's what
And
they
Trey
wanted.
Lance isn't playing. Why? Because he doesn't
'Cause
fit
he got
the damn
hurt.
system.
'Cause he
Correct,
got
but he's
hurt.
not going to play now. Brock Purdy is going to continue to
Because
play
he won so much.
because he fits the
You
system.
can't deny that. No. If he fit the system better, they wouldn't have drafted Trey Lance and spent so much capital to get him. Number 3.
I'm just telling you, they're going to get rid of Trey Lance or they're going to put him on the bench.
If Bryce, I personally see a lot of mocks where the Cardinals trade out. If Bryce Young is still on the board, there's no way they might trade out.
The Cardinals? No, they're taking Will Anderson, dog.
If Bryce Young is on, they might trade out. However,
For Kyler? No, dog.
I think they take Will Anderson Jr.
Yeah, there's no way they
because
don't.
I think Bryce Young would be gone. Then they just take Will Anderson, who I think is the best player in the whole draft.
Oh,
and then they get
easy,
him home.
100%. He's probably, after watching some of his highlights, he's probably the best true edge rusher I've seen in like the last 5 to 10 years.
There's the Watt, TJ Watt. He's in the last.
That's what I said
5
one
years.
of. Like the Watt
okay.
brothers and
Yeah,
like him.
I'd agree.
Those are like the two like that I've never. They're ridiculous.
He seems like a guy who has
I
good
take that
character
back.
too. If
Bosa.
you watch his
Bosa's are
interviews.
too. But
Okay,
like,
number 4 is where I would have Richardson.
I agree. It's one of the. They're all 3 going in the first 4.
So
but
you would put Bryce Young at 4?
I would put Bryce Young at 4 and Richardson at 2 if you're taking one CJ. So
Okay.
I just think that Bryce Young would fit better in Indy with JT. I feel like he's used to having a good running back with him, and like the other 2 don't really have
Well,
that.
it doesn't matter because he'll be gone at 2.
See, I always just I just don't feel that, man. I just don't feel it. I mean, if it happens, it's whatever.
if the vibes
it's
are
always
off,
a
I get
guess
that, I get
because
that.
literally the GMs are either. Sometimes I wonder if the GMs don't do like a line before the draft and they just to screw everybody over, you know?
Plus, it's hard because when you can't mock trades. Once that happens,
Correct.
it feels like a brand new game.
It's ridiculous because during the draft the Panthers would be like, oh yeah, you know what? We decided we don't want it anymore, and so who knows?
All right.
All right.
I think
so 5
is interesting. It's Seattle. I think this is really where 4 is kind of. There's only a certain way that 1 through 4 could go unless trades. 5, I say
here,
Tyree Wilson out of Texas
Okay,
Tech.
you said Tyree.
I think they pass on Carter for obvious reasons.
I said Carter because we said we know that they're known for taking people that turn out to be bad. Marshawn, Richard Sherman.
That's true.
we were like, damn, Marshawn. And so, I mean, yeah, I understand. I don't even know if Jalen Carter's going to be able to go into the draft. That's something that people are saying.
Why?
Because they're saying he could get charged.
No. It's a misdemeanor.
Oh, they finally said that that's like official.
The max chart, because he wasn't actually involved in the crash. He was just like racing them. So he is involved, but he's not legally involved. It's a misdemeanor. So
I
no
guess.
jail time.
Huh. All right,
just
well.
community service and money.
Which he has plenty of.
will.
No, his NIL at Georgia had to be ridiculous, dog.
So I took Tyree Wilson.
Okay.
Honestly, out of everyone, I'm not really as familiar with Tyree Wilson as other people, but
Tyree Wilson's pretty good. I like him. I said he was going to the Bears, actually.
If he falls that far, I could see that. I think he definitely could go to Seattle. That's the type of player that they like there.
Yeah, and they need that. Their defense is struggling.
Yeah.
All right, 6 are the Lions. People hate this pick, but I actually really like it. I have Christian Gonzalez, cornerback at Oregon. I think that they've got so many. Their offense is fucking ridiculous. Like literally, they need nothing.
I agree.
I guess they could draft an O-line just to have a better depth in case one, because they have so many good. Yeah,
I could see a wide receiver too, maybe.
They're still good.
Not that high though.
They got Jamison
Like a
Williams. They've
second-round
got
wide
Amon-Ra. They're really stacked
That's
there.
true. Yeah,
But they
I
don't
meant
have a
3
corner.
wide receivers.
Yeah.
I think if Jalen Carter's there, they take him.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean that was. I definitely think I had. I think I had Isaiah Folksky at the originally there, because
That's
I
pretty
think
high for him.
that's why I changed it, because I was like, he's good, but like.
See, I get almost angry when I hear that Devin Witherspoon is going to be the first to go. I think
That's
Christian
dumb as
Gonzalez
hell.
is significantly better. He's taller, he's bigger. I think he's more of a ball hawk. They both hit really hard, so I just give it a tie in that.
That is ironic though, because I literally do have Devin Witherspoon going to Detroit as their second first round. Low-key, I do.
As their second one?
Their second first round at 18. I think that's more accurate of where he would
I don't know if
go.
he falls to 18. I think that's where his talent level is, but cornerbacks are so highly valuable.
Yeah, but I think
first round.
there are two cornerbacks that are better than him, honestly, other than Gonzalez. I honestly think Brian Branch and Joey Porter are better.
Branch is a safety.
But
and
Branch
Joey
can
Porter
play
might be
both.
better.
He's listed as a corner though on CBS, so I think he
Gotcha.
plays both. But yeah, he did play safety a bit for Alabama. But
Okay, here's my pick at 7. I'm actually going. Oh, I can't take Carter to the Raiders. I can't do it.
you already took Carter.
No. Carter's still on the board.
I think you took Carter at 5.
No, I took Tyree Wilson.
Oh, that's right. I took him.
So are you still good with Christian Gonzalez at 6, or would you
Yes.
change
Yeah.
Carter?
No.
Okay.
Christian Gonzalez.
I feel like this team. Let's see. Their team needs are listed as O tackle, D tackle, corner.
Yeah, I already mine. I'll tell you mine. I mean, you can have your own. I'm not picking for you.
I
But
think they might
have
go
Peter.
corner.
I have Peter Skronsky, the OT
I
out of
think that's
Northwestern.
possible.
Now that they have Jimmy G, they need
I think
protection.
they go corner. I'm going Devin Witherspoon. Do I think he's good enough to go that high? No, but it's the Raiders. They suck at drafting. They're going to take maybe the second, probably third best corner in the draft, and they're just going to be done with it.
Fair. That's fair. Number 8, the Falcons. I have Paris Johnson. I think the Falcons O-line is struggling, especially if they end up getting Lamar or they end up getting a decent quarterback. I think that they're going to need somebody. So I have Paris at Ohio State going there.
I think out of the top 3 guys, he's probably the best lineman. Best tackle, I should say.
Yeah, I
Best
think he's the
tackle.
best true tackle. I think that Vegas would just rather have Peter just because he's big. It's like when they have Josh running the middle and stuff. I think he's just going to be able to push him out of the way better. Clear the
At
hole.
tackle?
At gap,
He's not bigger than Johnson.
I think Peter,
especially his arm length is way smaller.
I think
That's
Peter
what
was
they've
like
been saying.
bigger. I think he's like heavier and he's
A
also
lot
just
of
like
people
wider.
are projecting him at guard, so
Which I think is
that's why I'm
interesting.
hesitant.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting thing to
It is
say,
very
but
interesting. That's
because
why
Paris is listed as both. He's listed as
Right.
a tackle and a guard. So
And Skronsky has played both, and he's played both well, but
Correct.
they just project the small arms. He can't play tackle.
Exactly.
Honestly, at first I used to think that was just mumbo jumbo, but there's something to that.
no, there is.
I saw Alex Leatherwood was a first-round pick by the Raiders. He had small arms. He would get chopped, and they'd go right around him
Correct.
every time. I watched it with the Bears, so there's definitely something to that. And for that reason, I also think there's no way the Bears go Skronsky here. I think very likely the Bears trade down again, but
Really?
we're not going to mind.
I mean,
that. I
that's
think they
possible.
go down to 20 if they can pick up a first-round pick.
You think they
next year
trade
again.
with Seattle and give Seattle 2 top 10 picks?
Okay, I meant like the range.
Oh,
of
I
20.
thought you meant like exactly. Okay.
Maybe the Commanders. I could see that. Maybe the Buccaneers want to come get Levis. Especially with Levis on the board, I could see them trading down to a team and they pick him up and give us a first.
What's funny is
Because this is the same range that Justin
No, I
Fields
wouldn't.
got drafted.
Correct.
So a team could, like, even the Titans, if they needed, they could.
They have okay. I know everybody shits on Malik Willis, but he just wasn't given a chance. Him and Derrick Henry in the backfield would be freaking crazy.
It could be
A read option with Derrick Henry,
so
but they don't give him a
pick one of
chance.
these. I don't think the Bears go Carter either. Poles is always talking about character. I like Miles Murphy a lot. I think he's underrated, even though he's ranked as number 10 prospect here.
Okay.
Well, that's accurate, but if you just look the tape, he's got a real tough demeanor. He pushes through the line. He creates when he's doubled. Carter, when I watch him, it's that same low motor stuff. Literally, like, I was like, okay, I better check into this Georgia-Ohio State game, and I'll watch Carter because the Bears might take him at 1. So I watch him the whole game. He did nothing. The whole game. He's
Correct.
I was like, okay, he's been doubled. That's tough. He's really not creating. But then he'd get singled, and he just, like, wouldn't produce. It's honestly the people next to him on the line that aren't even eligible to be drafted yet in some cases.
I don't know. I had the Bears taking Tyree, as we talked about.
Tyree.
But I'm actually
could
shocked you didn't
honestly
pick Folsky.
Flop Miles, or maybe Seattle takes Carter, then the Bears take Tyree, and then Miles falls. I could see something like that. What did you say you were shocked?
At 10, I actually have Folsky. I think Folsky goes 10. I think that the Eagles need a pass rusher. They almost lost Fletcher Cox. They really don't need much. They've got a great running back. They've got Jalen Hurts. They've got great receivers. Their O-line, now that Jason Kelsey is coming back, is still solid.
And they did lose a lot on their defense. So,
well, I mean, they lost a bit.
But this pick addresses that. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it gives them that edge rusher they need. They still got Slay. They did lose CJ, which I hate, but
yeah, I would say they'd go corner, but the top two. I mean, Porter is kind of high.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could take Porter, or you could
see Porter.
Either
Ringo
Porter
is
or
too high.
Witherspoon, possibly. I mean, he could go that high, but I just don't feel like he goes that high.
I feel like they do. It depends on the picks before him.
Facts.
I just think it's a little too high for Isaiah Foskey, but it's not a terrible pick. It addresses a good need.
It does. All right, 11, the Tennessee Titans.
11. Let me see what they have their team needs.
I can tell you right now, they need a freaking line, dog.
Yeah,
like bad.
Basically
by the way, just with the Titans news, Jeffrey Simmons just signed a 4-year extension, so they've got him back, which is good. They need that.
Don't care.
They need that, dog. They need that. They were fucked if they didn't.
Peter Skronsky's a layup here.
Really? Okay.
Because they need outside, they need inside. It doesn't matter where he plays.
See, I actually had Broderick here. I had Broderick Jones out of Georgia. I think he's just a better.
Too raw, especially with Skronsky on the board, because you have Skronsky off the board.
I have Skronsky off.
This is a layup for me.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. If Peter falls, that's low. I'm not shocked.
12. Let me remind you of who's still out there.
Huh? Oh crap! Hang on.
In this draft.
Oh, this person's still out there. Number 12 for the Houston Texans. I have them taking Jackson Smith and Njagba. I think they need another receiver. They lost Brandon Cooks to the Cowboys. They don't have any solid weapons. He's a good, tall receiver. Okay. He didn't play this year.
Yep.
He got injured. But I think that he's still a solid receiver. I was actually between 2 receivers, and I decided to go him. I'm probably going to regret it. I feel like he's going to fall just because of his injury. But
no, I feel like 12 to 15 is a good range. I think he's
I just feel like
that
he
caliber player.
He didn't prove himself this year. I feel like, he had a good season before, but like, would they have won? I honestly feel if he would have played, they would have beat Georgia.
I actually agree. I think that in my first mock, I actually put him here. Here, I probably would have gone Carter because he's there.
Yeah, I feel it.
But Jackson's not a bad pick. I think that's very possible. Match him with your new quarterback.
Exactly.
Also, say you keep Hopkins. That's a good 1-2 punch, even though he already requested trade. But, I mean, maybe after seeing the draft, he changes his mind because he hasn't been traded yet. So.
Well, Hopkins is Cardinals, not Texans.
I forgot. Yeah,
he went to the.
Thanks for catching that.
Yeah.
Well, then they really
don't
need
have
a wide
receiver. Yeah, Brandon Cooks is gone. They got nobody.
Okay, yeah, I like this pick. I would second it.
All right, Jets. I'm actually curious to see where you go with this because if they get Aaron Rodgers, this is crazy. I don't think they'll have this pick if they get Aaron.
So it's looking like they need line help.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I don't know why you're trading so much for Aaron when you can't even freaking protect him.
I guess this is where Broderick Jones goes if we still have him here.
Okay.
He's very raw compared to Johnson and
I feel it.
And Peter, but he's huge. He did pretty good at Georgia, obviously, and I think that's just kind of a layup for the Jets team need.
Yeah. No, I see that. I had Steen, so I had another O-line.
Okay.
I think I had a lot more. I just started earlier, so it's like I'm one ahead of you. But I think that it's really rare to see tackles of any kind not come from like the 4 or 5 big schools. Like it's almost always Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, Clemson. Like every now and then you'll see like a Iowa State, but like
there's also a random Big Ten school. That's
correct.
This year's it's Peter Skoronski.
Exactly,
it's
Northwestern. It's some random ass school
in the Big Ten.
Because like I'm
Just
looking down the line.
Some huge white guy that they're like, we need this heifer.
Correct. I mean, there's Maryland too, which I think we'll get to in a minute.
Yep.
Also a reminder, I don't think I talked about this last time. I mean, there's only 31 picks in the first round this year because the Dolphins are stupid.
So the Bears basically traded away a first round pick for Chase Claypool.
Correct.
We'll see how he does this year. We'll see.
And then, so what are we on? 14, New England.
So do you have any comments on how this draft has gone, or is it pretty regular?
I mean, I think it's pretty good. I'm not too deep in my knowledge in the NFL or anything. So, I mean, obviously, I'm not.
I was going to say, that's like the one sport you're not deep in.
Yeah. I mean, I love the NFL and everything, obviously. You know, I think it's great.
It's scripted, of course.
It is scripted. But yeah, I'm just not too well versed in it, honestly, as I am with other sports. So
yeah. I mean, hey, I've always hated Roger Goodell, but what really pushed me over the edge was the fact that he didn't let Mama Kelsey flip the coin, dog. That immediately pushed it over the edge for me. All right, number 14. This is where I was between 2 receivers. I put Quentin Johnson here. He is, and I'm really actually I may switch it. I may put Quentin in the Texans and then put Jackson in the.
I thought you were going to switch
Patriots.
to Jordan Addison here.
No. So I think that Quentin Johnson is like 6'7". He's quick. He's tall as shit. Yeah, and I mean,
is he a high point receiver though?
Huh?
Is he a high point guy? Get up and contested 50-50 ball guy?
But he's not. Like in TCU, Max Duggan would literally put that bitch right on the money.
Screen rack kind of guy. Run after catch.
I don't know. It's really weird because like I don't remember how tall he is.
He's big.
Yeah, I think he's 6'4".
The kind of receiver he is, I feel like that fits
215.
Belichick.
Yeah, it does fit Belichick, and that's why I'm like kind of in between because Belichick likes. I mean, yeah, he had like Danny Amendola, but like, he always had Gronk. He had the taller people. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it, but like this is one of those things where I'm also like, if it happens, I'm not shocked.
Yep. So 15, I'd hate to do this because I don't want him to end up there at all. But I'll just say this isn't my pick, but in my original, I had them taking a tight end. I had them taking Mayer out of Notre Dame, being the first off the board. But Jalen Carter's still here. I don't care who they have interior D linemen. They need edge, it says. They could move someone over. They could find a place for Jalen Carter on the team. I think they take Carter if he's still there, and he's going to terrorize Justin Fields for the next decade.
See, you said edge, and that's exactly where I went with this. I took Lucas Van Ness out of Iowa. He's a really good defensive rusher.
That's another good pick.
I really like him off the edge, and yeah, you're right. That's one thing I think that that's why I think the Bears really need to focus on their edge is because, like, now that Aaron Rodgers is gone and like Jared Goff is starting to evolve, I definitely think. I mean, I think you can agree with me. As much as I like Captain Kirk as like a player, but I just don't think he's as good as he was a couple years ago. So they're probably going to move away from him. So
maybe in this draft.
I don't think because they still owe him a lot of money and nobody's going to take that contract. I think he's still on another year.
How many years?
Just
one year though?
I think this is his last year on the deal.
Then you can just sit the guy.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money to just sit the dude. I think he's getting like $35 a year.
At quarterback, I don't think that's that ridiculous. If you take Levis,
you know what is ridiculous? $50 million a year.
Also, Levis would probably just be Kirk Cousins but younger. They're probably just the same player.
And wait, do I have him going first round anymore? I think I took Levis off the board. Like I don't think he's going my first round anymore.
I definitely had him in the first round.
I think I did. I think I did, but I think I took him off.
And Carter, I had him either Lions in mine, but Christian Gonzalez is a good pick too.
Yeah. Oh wait, you're on Commanders, right?
No, you're on Commanders. I'm just still talking about Carter.
Oh, okay.
I just see him terrorizing the Bears in whatever way they can.
Especially if you guys can't fix your O-line.
They're close.
They're close.
Need a right tackle.
Yeah, I think I think you guys can get that in this draft.
Second round though.
Huh?
Second round.
Yeah, because you guys don't have 2 first rounds.
Go ahead.
What are we on? 16
That's
Commanders?
why I feel the Bears maybe trade back. Maybe instead of first next year, they get like a top 50 pick, and that's where they address their tackle.
Well, they have
can
two
get Cody Mauser.
seconds this year, right? Didn't they got the first and the second for this
but
year, right?
neither are like top 65 because the Panthers is like mid-second, and then the Ravens is kind of towards the end. So
Okay.
they're both kind of back.
What'd you guys trade with the Ravens? Oh, Roquan.
Yep.
That's right. So for 16, I'm taking Brian Branch here. I think the Commanders' defense is going to need work. They've got a decent offense still. I mean, they'll figure out the quarterback. I mean, I know Taylor Heineke is gone. I honestly could see Will Levis going here. But
Okay.
I think that they need a QB as well. But I feel like you can't. Brian Branch is a great defensive player, and the NFC East is going to have a great offensive presence this year. With sadly, as much as I hate to admit it, God, if they would just get rid of Dak Prescott, I would be actually genuinely scared of the fucking Cowboys. But the Giants they actually look decent right now. Knock on wood that they can do something. So we'll see.
Yeah, I feel like whichever team Brian Branch goes to, he's going to do well at.
Yeah.
And I think he's still not going to be top 10, even
No,
though he honestly might have
could.
the talent to.
Yeah, he could.
But I don't think he will, and I think it'll be a good pick for whoever gets him.
Yeah. All right, number 17, the Steelers. We're going to power through these a little quicker because we only got 30 minutes.
And also, my computer's about to die.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got this list up of mine, but I can also
I'll hop over when this dies. So, 17, I'm very happy to make this pick. I think it is a layup for them. Joey Porter Jr. goes to them.
That's who I have.
His dad played linebacker for him, was dominant. Him and Troy Polamalu took over the league, terrorized it. I think they see a lot of that.
It's crazy
in him,
to think about how that doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but the fact that his dad was on that team is crazy.
Yeah.
That team was so good. It was ridiculous, but it just doesn't. Is it sad that I remember watching that, that Super Bowl and everything, and now his son's older than us? That's weird. Yeah, no, that's exactly why I had to. I was actually curious if you would agree with me on that one. Number 18, I feel like this is another layup. I feel like you round out. You have no corners right now. The Lions take Devin Witherspoon. I think you have Christian Gonzalez. You get him. You get a good 1-2. And
it's already gone.
It's already gone? Oh, fuck. You forgot you took him at 7, dog.
Way up there.
Shit. Damn it.
Stole your whole flow.
Oh, dude,
Cam
no,
Smith
honestly, you
is-
just fucked up.
Ringo's there if you want. Banks is there if you want.
I know, but I have
different
them elsewhere, and you're screwing with my head.
Hey, it's draft night.
Draft
never
night.
know.
Oh my god. All right, the Lions. Honestly, at this point, you know what? Screw it. Give me Miles Murphy here. Or did you already take him?
The Bears.
Damn it,
I'm
dog.
taking all your picks, man.
You are, dog. It's actually screwing with my head.
I have the available players up here if you'd like.
Oh yeah, you have. Yeah, you're doing it on here. It's pissing me off. All right, the Lions. Fuck, dog.
Will Levis would be interesting. I don't think they go there. That'd be
No,
interesting.
he wouldn't. Jared Goff's doing okay right now. They're not. Oh, your thing is over here. Honestly, since I took him earlier, let's go with Lucas Van Ness. I took him earlier, but
Okay.
you didn't, and I feel like they need a D-line. So
On the other side of Hutchinson, I could see that.
yeah, him and dude, that would be terrorizing for you guys. Hutchinson and Lucas, you
What
guys
they
would
really
be screwed.
need is interior, but
They do, but I
Another
mean,
edge can't
Justin Fields is literally going to be cramping by the end of the first quarter with you guys. So,
yeah,
all right,
decent pick.
Tampa 19. They have no cap, so they aren't getting anything
Quarterback,
from free
edge,
agency.
Cornerback. Oh, this is a good Will Levis right here. He goes off the board at 19.
You really think even after they signed
Who'd they sign?
Baker Mayfield?
Oh yeah, franchise saved. My bad.
I mean, he had good with the Rams, dog. He was good with the Rams.
Yeah, what year? He's probably on a 2-year deal.
I think he's only on a 1. Honestly,
Okay, yeah, so he can. Oh, he'd be the worst mentor of all time. Okay.
I don't think he'd be the worst
I
mentor
think
of all
they still
time.
go with Will Levis. I think whoever they got from Florida is not good enough.
Interesting. You think? Well, okay. You think Will? That's fine.
I think he goes.
I
there.
think they just lost Leonard, so I actually said they go with their running back.
I'm glad that I honestly thought that you were going to be one of those absolute monkey brains that takes Bijan Robinson in the top 10, where he does
Hell
not
nah,
belong.
dog. I took him here.
Taking a running back that high is just.
There are very few
not worth
people
it.
that ever deserve to go that high. Jonathan Taylor was one of them. I think that Derrick Henry was another, and I think that maybe Saquon was one.
Saquon
I
was
agree. And I think did Austin go top 10?
But even then,
I don't think Eckler went top 10.
if you look after those picks, those teams
have done decent with them. for the most part.
I mean,
the
the
Titans
Giants took
almost
so
made it.
long to get to the playoffs.
I
The
agree.
Titans had like 1 or 2 good years. They're so iffy, and they're in a bad division, and they can't. Even do
Correct.
that
But the
well.
funny thing is those players are still fantastic. Look at it. Derrick
Yeah.
Henry is always top.
And,
Saquon's
yeah,
always
those
top.
are the best case scenarios, and the teams
Exactly.
are just all right. I don't. All right,
So
20.
yeah, that's crazy. 20. I have Miles Murphy here, but I can't take him because.
No, you
bitch ass.
cannot.
I'm
I think
you know
he's a
what?
bear, man.
I'm thinking I'll take
Maybe the Bears trade
Kalijah
down.
Cansey then.
Oh,
DT out
Penn?
of
or
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Yep.
Hit. All right, number
All right.
21, Chargers.
Let me see. Okay, so they're taking Tyree Wilson and Cansey in the same draft. That'd be a mean improvement to the line.
In the same draft, do you think they're taking who?
We already had them mocked to take Tyree Wilson.
The
at 5.
Chargers? They haven't had a pick yet.
No. We're talking about Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about? Never mind. We'll get to that when we get to that. Okay, who'd you have going here?
Even though it's my pick for the Chargers, I said Cansey
Cansey. Gotcha.
because you already took mine.
He is
Murphy.
way too low on here. He's 39.
I know he is. I don't
think he's a
disagree
lot
with
better.
that.
I think his tape shows a lot like Miles Murphy.
Yes.
They're just tough guys that just barrel through
It's
the
just
line.
he played a lot better teams though too. So it was like Clemson and stuff who actually had decent lines. It looked burst, but
Okay, here I'm going. Let me see what wide receivers are still on there.
you think they're taking a wide receiver? I found that interesting actually.
See it?
I mean, I guess,
I'll
but
go
they
Jordan
got
Addison.
they've got 2.
He's from USC.
Damn
He's-
it, fucker.
'cause He's to the weather.
I have him going to my team, bitch.
Yeah, well, too bad.
Honestly, dog.
Too bad.
Fuck.
Skill issue. Trade up.
All right. Ravens at 22. I have a receiver going here. I have Zay Flowers going here out of Boston College. He's smaller.
Yep,
He's
they need
faster.
it.
I think they need a receiver, especially if they switch to a new QB. They need weapons. I still don't like the fact that they traded away Hollywood. Hollywood is a good receiver. I like him.
I would also say they don't really value them highly, so they might not
Correct.
spend a first on them, but they should.
They should. All right, 23, the
Vikings
Vikings.
here. Let's see. Cornerback, wide receiver, safety. They need like a wide receiver 3, I guess. So
Well, they got rid of Thielen,
I'm
so
going-
they needed 2.
Keeler Ringo here. Now, I don't think he did that great when he was against Marvin Harrison Jr. He just got dusted, but he's a good player. I could see the Vikings taking him here. They
Yeah.
just need depth at corner. It just is what it is.
See, I have Cam Smith going here, but I could totally see Ringo. I
Either
like
way.
Ringo. Ringo's a fast, tall guy, so I like him.
Oh.
Number 24, I have Tyreek Stevenson, but again, I was between him and Ringo, but I'm going with Stevenson.
I literally don't even know who that person is.
He goes to Miami, or he did. He was pretty good. I want to say, oh my God. I want to say he's 6'1". I want to say he's like 210, 215. He's pretty
not in the
good.
top 70 guys, so I'm just
No, he's
gonna
not,
pick
but
the guy.
he's very underrated in my opinion. I like him a lot.
Okay. Well, he'll be a great second-round pick, maybe third. Anyway, Giants. I get the Giants. Or do you want to trade so that you get your own? Yeah,
Yeah,
how
I'll
about you
trade.
get your own team?
Okay. Well, first off, you already took my pick. It's Jordan Addison. But I'm going to.
And then Hooker here.
Actually, if I can't get Jordan Addison, I want Ringo. I think we need another solid corner. We lost Blackberry.
Already took him. Or Cam Smith. Do you
Oh,
want
that's
to
right.
take
You
here?
did take him. Shit. I already took Cam Smith at the Vikings. Oh wait, no, you didn't because you got Vikings. All right, yeah. Give me Cam. Give me Cam.
Okay. Piece of pick.
I just think we need
Not too
a solid
glamorous,
corner.
just fills
so-
a-
yeah.
Okay. Cowboys. Ooh,
You get the next
who
2.
cares?
So go ahead.
Cowboys suck. D tackle, guard, wide receiver is what they're telling me. Brian Brees seems like a layup.
See, I don't
Played-
even have him in my top.
Played right next to Miles Murphy. He's just good.
Fair. Who do I have for the Cowboys? Oh, I have Siaki Ika. I think he's pretty good out of Baylor.
Okay.
He's a pretty good nose tackle. But for the Bills, you get Bills too because I took Giants in
Okay.
back to back.
Bills, let's see. Guard, corner, linebacker. I guess. Who's their tight? Who are their tight ends right now?
Dawson Knox. That's all you need to know. Dawson Knox is ridiculous.
I think they'd be good with 2 good tight ends.
I do
and there
too,
are some
but
good
they
tight
don't
ends on
need
the
'em.
board. I'm
They've got 3 weapons. Dawson Knox, Stephon.
I'm taking
and Gabe.
Bijan Robinson.
That's good.
F
That's
it.
a good pick. I
I'm taking
don't
him
mind
at
that.
27. I feel like that's good value. Can't pass it up.
They need a good running back.
Okay, go ahead.
Cincinnati, I have them taking Osiris Torrance, guard out of Florida. I think you just solidify the O-line. Fucking Joe Burrow's crazy. I mean, simple as that. He just got his extension. I want to say it was 5 or 6 years. I don't remember
Joe
how long.
Burrow?
Yeah, I
Who
don't
cares?
remember how long
Same
it is.
thing. He's 49. Okay, it's not terrible.
Yeah, he's not bad. I think he'll be decent. All right.
I think there's actually, I don't know. I'd probably. Do they need a guard specifically?
I think they do.
Yeah, because they got a tackle.
Yeah, they do. I think they need to. Yeah, because they got Orlando, dude.
Yeah.
That is gonna be crazy. That O-line is. He's gonna be the least sacked quarterback in the league.
I think he's overrated. He just had a bad year last year.
Yeah, he did, but they still won a Super Bowl, dog. I still can't believe he left them after winning a Super Bowl. That is just throwing dirt in their face, dog.
Get the bag. Saints here.
So, all right, Saints. Your turn. Go ahead.
I'm going Nolan Smith here.
Okay.
He was hurt his whole senior year, right?
I think so.
Injured with a pec. He's a little bit small, but he's so fast. No matter what defense you put around, he's just going to come around the edge. I think he's going to be a lot like Robert Quinn when he got the 17 sacks for the Bears. Kind of a one-trick pony, just goes around the edge, but that one trick can really help sometimes. So I think Saints go there.
I actually this is where I have Mike Mayer. I think that the Saints don't have a solid tight end. Derek Carr obviously is now coming in. Michael Thomas, I think, came back. I think they finally did get him back on a one-year deal.
Okay.
They need another weapon for him, so I'm taking Mike. Eagles, I have them taking Antonio Johnson. Now that they lost CJ, I think they need a safety to fill his spot. Obviously, Branch is already going to be off the board. He would be a great duel. He can play corner with Slay, and he can play safety. But Antonio Johnson from A&M, he's a really good. I think he's a good solid safety.
65 ranked guy. Holy
I know,
smokes.
but there's some of the diamonds in the rough. They don't give enough credit.
There are second rounds, man.
Correct, but I feel like after
They can
watching
trade
some of their
back or
film, they're
something.
pretty decent.
All right, Chiefs. Who cares? They're pretty good.
Who do you think they're taking?
They need to replace Orlando, so I'll just go Darnell Wright here.
I agree. I took Jalen Duncan, OT out of Maryland. I think he's pretty decent. He looked good. So, yeah. So that's the first round. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm willing sometime tomorrow. 16 of these picks probably won't even be on my thing anymore. But I mean, it changes day to day. Jimmy knows. Jimmy gets that.
I feel like the talent level that we drafted, I feel like we did well.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we did better than actual GMs do at addressing team needs.
I mean, we had some reaches, I think, on both sides of like where people would fall. But I mean, honestly, I think you and me should do like another one, just not even just for Bloomington, but it's like a week before the draft. You and me should do another one.
Okay.
I think it'd be fun.
And maybe one with trades.
Yes, I think trades is so cool to talk about.
Yeah, it's tough if
free
you
agency stuff like that.
Like, I feel like I could only address what the Bears trade would look like as a Bears fan. I don't think I could.
Yeah,
properly assess.
I
mean,
honestly,
other than a team trading up.
Yeah, I honestly thought I honestly wouldn't mind the Giants trading up a little, but not giving up too much because we don't have enough to give up. Like, people are like, "Oh, the Giants should trade up to the top 5 and like give up Saquon." I'm like, we just franchise tagged him. Hell no. So yeah, that is our round 1 mock draft. I think it was overall we had some good ones. We had some ones that were questionable, but I mean, I'm willing to bet most of the people we named are going in the first round, whether or not they're in the exact order. I think they'll still go first. How much time do we got? We got about 20 minutes. So, lightly, I just want to touch on the NBA, just like briefly, just because that play-in tournament starts this week, and then we'll move into our draft for this week. So, you can use mine now if you want, since yours is dying. But
I'd love to.
So standings-wise, obviously the Bucks have clinched the best record in the NBA. They are automatically number 1 seed. Celtics are close enough. Yeah, they're locked in at 2. Honestly, okay. In your opinion, do you think the Celtics are better right now? I know everybody's saying the Bucks are hot, but
it's hard to beat Giannis in the playoffs.
I know, dude. It's ridiculous. But it's also, as Tatum
Chris
proved last
Middleton's
year.
playing out of his mind.
Yeah, he
Good
is
thing
right
you
now.
traded him away in fantasy.
At the beginning, yeah. He's actually okay,
Not
but
at the beginning.
No, I did. I traded him away like before we started.
No, you did not, because I remember he was close to coming back.
No, it was the first week because I got pool. Remember, first week it was me and Alex traded straight up.
It might have been like third or something.
Nah, I feel like it was definitely first. Anyway, the Nuggets have clinched in the West. Grizzlies clinched. The Warriors are
the Kings.
Wait, why
don't
are we 6?
skip over the Kings?
No, we're going to.
Kings.
No, this doesn't seem right because the Warriors were 5th yesterday.
Aw,
No, they are
bad.
5th.
Your
This is
team's
wrong.
bad.
The Warriors are in 5th. Obviously, the Kings are at 3rd, who have not made the playoffs since 2006. So a shout out to them.
So happy.
I'm not. But why did I click that, dog?
Why?
Holy hell.
I will not
The
tolerate
Suns
any
are at
Kings
4. They've all 4 clinched. Clippers are at 6. The Warriors are at 5, unless they just changed it again. Literally have the exact same record, but I think the Warriors have beat the Clippers more. Lakers have gotten all the way back up to 7. I mean, they were at 11 about 2 weeks ago. I said they wouldn't make it, and hey, look at them.
Their deadline trades were so good that it's honestly suspicious.
It is.
Like, they gave up nothing.
But they still
and
weren't
got
doing good.
D'Angelo Russell. They got Jared Vanderbilt, I think.
Mo Bamba.
It's just like, what is the Timberwolves GM doing? Not only did they make the worst trade of all time, Rudy Gobert, which hopefully when it happened, you were able to see that was the worst trade of all time.
It was. I mean, I don't think it was bad if they wouldn't have given up so many picks. Like, I think Rudy Gobert is a good player,
True,
but you shouldn't have given up everything you did.
And with as good as Walker Kessler's been,
Correct.
Oh my gosh, that makes it worse than I ever could have imagined.
But it is funny that literally the 5 Pacific teams are 3 through 7.
Yeah.
Literally, they're always in the top. Like, they very rarely do you not see at least 3 or 4 of them.
They're always in the top, and the Kings are in.
Yeah, I agree. Kings are in. I hate Kentucky. And I know you grew up there, but I love De'Aaron Fox, dog. He is crazy. I love that
him
man.
in college.
I did.
Malik Monk.
Him and Malik Monk were crazy.
And
D-Book was later, but
who else was on that team?
oh god, it was the Harrison
Bam
twins, right?
Adebayo.
No, Harrison was before them.
Them three
Bam,
were
yeah.
the most fun I've ever seen watching a college team.
It was bizarre. It was bizarre. Suns obviously with KD looking decent right now. They're on a win 7. Pelicans. Okay, so right now the play-in tournament is looking like this: Lakers, Pelicans, Timberwolves,
beat the
Thunder.
Pelicans.
Lakers beat the Pelicans. Okay.
Timberwolves. Who cares? Now the Mavericks. It really just sucks that they're this bad.
I told them it was a bad trade. Why would you trade everything that you gave for Kyrie?
Yeah, it's a bad trade. I just didn't even think it'd be this bad.
I
thought
did.
it'd be like
I said
kind
they
of
wouldn't
bad.
make it, and it is kind of weird because I love Luka. Like I don't like the team. I don't like the Mavericks because like they're not rivals, but like the Warriors and Mavs have had one ever since Dirk and stuff like that.
So.
But I actually wanted them to make it. I think they're a fun team to watch in the playoffs.
Them versus Timberwolves would have made up for a lot better game.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they can still sneak in. If they win one more game and the Thunder lose, then
Did you see who's out for this game?
No.
Basically, it's like the top 6 players other than Luka, and Luka was day to day. So Kyrie's out. Everyone, their whole starting lineups, and it's against the Bulls. So
that's actually I watched you guys lose.
It can
honestly.
I mean, the Bulls aren't playing.
I mean, hell, Luka did it for most of the playoffs last year anyway, and you took him to the conference finals. So, anyway, so you
Jalen
think okay?
Brunson was him.
So we're seeing Timberwolves play the Lakers, or no, Timberwolves play the Pelicans. Okay.
Yeah.
And then who do you win? Who you got winning that? Because the Lakers would stay in 7 then. So these two.
And then that team plays
So which
the
team
Nuggets
goes into 8?
afterward. Doesn't matter. They're just gonna lose to the Nuggets. Who cares?
I actually think that if I had to pick, I think the Timberwolves have a better chance of beating the Nuggets than the Pelicans. I'm
Cat's
thinking
back, but he hasn't been doing too great.
I think Gobert against Jokic would be just a fun thing to watch.
I agree. I don't know. Is Zion actually gonna play?
No, probably not.
Bum. Absolute bum.
Absolute bum. Literally one of the most overrated people. All right, but he's still decent when he plays.
They need Caitlin Clark on the roster better than him.
Honestly. All right, so we've got the Heat, the Hawks, the Raptors, and the Bulls in the play-in so far on this. Actually, no, it's guaranteed. Yeah, nope, that's not even going to change. So who do you got? Heat and Hawks.
I love DeJounte. He's carried my team.
Wait a second. They've clinched. They have this record.
Mm-hmm.
The Nets haven't clinched, and they have this record.
Yeah,
Yo, dog, am I tripping? Like that's that. I'm not reading that wrong.
They
right?
have a higher win. Why does it say they have a higher win percentage when they don't?
It doesn't. The Heat have a .538
it
and
says
then a .55.
Yeah, they have a higher win percent. Oh, never mind.
They do, yeah, because they've won more. No.
Maybe that means clinch the play. I don't know.
No, clinch X is clinched playoff berth. I don't know. That's maybe they misdid it. Maybe it was supposed to be switched.
It must be.
Either way, so Hawks and Heat. Who you
I
taking?
think the Heat. I'll take Heat.
Okay, so they're in 7. All right, so Hawks Raptors or Bulls.
I love the Bulls. Raptors are a tough matchup.
All right, so
I think
Raptors and
they're an
Hawks.
underrated team. After they traded for Jakob Poeltl,
Dude,
I think
ridiculous. Yeah.
I think it's a good team.
So Hawks and Raptors.
I mean, with the shooting and the talent on either team, it could go either way. Same for Raptors Bulls, but
I agree. Yeah.
I guess I'll go Raptors.
Raptors.
It really doesn't matter.
I agree. I think the Raptors will sneak in. I think the Raptors are a good team.
I think for all 3 of those matchups, if you play 7 games, the team's winning 4 of them.
I agree.
It's kind of hard to call.
I that's just the only thing I hate about playing, dude. It's like the year the Warriors lost to the Grizzlies, we beat them both times during the regular season, and we literally lost by 2 points just because we had one bad game, and it determines everything.
Because Draymond Green is terrible at the sport of basketball and should retire.
Yeah, that's why he has 4 rings, but whatever. And I agree, he's gotten worse, but he's still a great assister.
With that roster.
He has one of the best assist people in the league. He's also one of the best court vision. Like, he's ridiculous.
Best mouth runner, teammate puncher.
I agree. I agree with that 100%, but he's still proven to be a good player. All
Yeah,
right,
I
so
like what the Nets did. They have an interesting team.
They do.
Fun to watch.
I don't like they traded away. Crap. Who was the guy they traded away immediately from the Suns to? Dog. Oh my God.
Don't know. From the Suns, you said?
They got him from the Suns and then immediately traded him away.
They still have Bridges, right?
Mikal Bridges. That's who it was. Yep.
They traded him?
They traded Bridges. That's who
When?
they traded.
Like recently?
Like literally like 2 days after they got him from the Suns.
What team is he on?
I
now?
have no idea.
I think you just made that up.
No, I didn't. I swear. It was either Bridges or. Oh, I swear to God, I could have swore there's one of them he traded. Who did they trade?
A cool thing I saw about Mikal Bridges is he played 82 games last year, and guess how many games he's on pace to play this year?
I have no
83. He is on pace to play more games than they have,
Why is
and
this
I
page-
think that's such an underrated thing in today's NBA.
Could have swore he got traded away. One of them got traded away. I can't remember. No, it's literally
Yeah, they
gonna
probably
kill me.
just flip the player for a peg.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember what team it was either that he got traded.
Who do
to.
they got first round? As it
Bucks.
stands now, they have the Sixers, right?
What's up?
Sixers will just kill
Not
them.
Sixers. Yeah, sorry.
Claxton will do a decent job against Embiid, though, so
Yeah, we'll see how that
they'll
works.
probably take a game or two.
All right,
Cavs are underrated here.
Cavs are 100% underrated. I honestly think that they could.
They got
be
Knicks.
The team that
They're
makes
gonna
it.
beat the Knicks.
They're gonna beat the Knicks,
And then after that, they'll have Bucks.
Bucks, and they'll lose.
But
They'll get close. It'll
out
be
of
a
all the
6
teams to
game
match
series
up
at
with the
least.
Bucks, I think they're the third best team to match up against them.
I agree.
Celtics match up well.
That would be crazy, dog.
Yeah.
Whoever, I think honestly, as much as I love the Western Conference and as much as I would love to see like the Warriors or like even the hell of the Kings.
I think the East is better for the first time in a long time.
Well, I don't know necessarily. I don't know. That's tough. I mean, yeah, I guess I would
The
say
Bulls,
so.
I think if you take 1v1, 2v2, the East takes like 7 of them.
I agree. I think the Celtics and the Bucks win on both ones. I honestly think they win 3. I think the Suns beat the Cavs. I honestly do. I think the Suns are just better in that way.
Well,
I think the
yeah.
Clippers beat the Knicks.
Kevin Durant
The
thing
Warriors
kinda-
beat the Nuts, and I think the Lakers.
If the Nets still have KD, it would be
beat
no
the Heat.
question.
100%.
I think,
the Lakers,
especially
I think it's
at the
about time.
bottom too. I think the Raptors beat the Timberwolves. I think the Bulls beat the Thunder in a 7-game series
Yeah,
this year, not next year.
All right.
MLB time.
No, we got 10 minutes. We got to do our draft.
Let's do a quick MLB time.
MLB time.
I love the pitch clock. I'll just go back here. You're good. You can
First
keep going.
off, there are certain games going on right now. Bottom of the 6th, the
Cubs
Yankees
playing?
are up 5-4 against the Orioles. Reds are down. I can't even say I'm sad. My dad's a Reds fan. It really sucks, doesn't it? They're down 4-2 against the Phillies. Guardians are up 3-0 against the Mariners. Astros, sadly, screw the Astros.
Philly's off to a rough start to
They
the season.
are, but
so
they're up
far.
right now. Don't jinx them.
They're up. They're up. but
Astros
yeah,
up
off
1-0.
to a rough start to the season.
A rough start.
Especially
It's been
after
really bad.
Just appearing in the World
I like how they don't
Series.
show the records though. It's always great. Here we go. Guardians are actually looking good though. Like that is a team that I'm pretty impressed with. Yankees 4-2. The Rays. I didn't realize the Rays are still undefeated, dog. Holy.
Yeah, Rays are still undefeated.
Is there
They're
any
good,
other
man.
team that's still the Braves look good as usual? No, the Dodgers are 5-2. The Padres are disappointing as hell, dog. They were supposed to be so great the last like 3 years.
Matt Carpenter just hit a 3-run bomb today.
I know.
He's still killing it out in San Diego.
He's still killing it, but they're still sucking.
All right,
Cubs look
Let's
dog
talk
shit.
about the rule changes. Cubs don't look dog shit. They're just their AAA team could beat their major league team right now, and that is
That's what I'm
like
saying.
totally on Ross. Ross needs to. I don't know why. A lot of people he's just leaving down there to develop, even though half of them played in the majors at the end of last year. It's just or their GM. I don't know. They're just not doing what they need to do. Maybe they want another year of losing.
Who
But
knows?
I love. Do you like the new pitch clock, Jackson?
Oh yeah, I do love it. I love
it.
the pitch clock. The pitch clock is people still have problems with it because people are like still getting used to it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just part of the game,
It'll
you
happen.
know. I genuinely do think it's making the game better, you know.
I think it's
does
saving
does it feel different? Yes.
Yeah, it does.
It obviously does.
But I
feel
think really
different.
you're used to it, but your just body's not used to it, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
other leagues, I mean, it's what? The AAA
Yeah.
has a pitch clock, I'm pretty sure. Right?
Every single league
Yeah.
has
I mean,
a
hell,
clock in some
yeah,
form.
exactly.
The NBA, the shot clock, NFL, you have the play clock.
Exactly.
You know, it keeps the game moving. You know, you can expect for something to happen. You know, and so
Exactly.
it just keeps it going. Literally, innings can be 2 minutes now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a full inning of baseball can be 2 minutes.
Exactly.
So,
I love that. I love the bigger bases. I like
Yeah.
the pickoff.
I love
rule.
the bigger
yeah,
bases.
I love.
I
it.
don't like okay, the one thing I
The
don't like
pickup-
about the pickup
okay.
rule is because like if you have somebody who is super quick if you're smart, you just get a big enough lead where you can still get back to the base, and once they throw it twice, you pretty much get a free steal. And I don't agree with that.
Well, you can still get picked off. It's
No,
still a
because after
risk.
that, then if you pick them off a third time and you don't get them, then it's an immediate walk.
Then it's
Well, the league will adjust. They'll just not. They'll try not to get in that situation. That's like saying
Or it's a
that's
strike or something, right?
it's a balk.
A balk.
it's a balk.
It's a
They get a
balk.
free base.
Oh, so yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
they
Like,
get a
that's
free
stupid.
base. It's a balk.
No, I don't think that's stupid at all. That's like saying, oh, if you get a good hitter and
I will
there's
say-
3 balls on them, they're just gonna throw a strike. Yeah, they are.
I
That's
will
how you
say-
keep the game moving.
I will say there are some vague like rules and unwritten rules kind of things going on right now with the pitch clock, and obviously Max Scherzer pointed out a bunch of them, and the biggest
Yep.
thing is just like the eye contact thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, because like that's the big thing.
Maybe that could be adjusted,
It's like,
but-
the batter has to be in the box with like 8 seconds left, and then they have to like make eye contact with the pitcher before the pitcher can actually throw the ball.
And they could just
everything.
purposely not make eye contact.
It's just
and
it's weird,
Yeah.
It's weird.
I feel like they could do
but-
just something like reduce it to 5 or something, so they don't have to be locked in for 10 straight seconds.
But overall, I
No,
do
you gotta
really
lock
like.
in. Lock in, dog.
Overall,
lock
I really like the pitch clock.
in. I like
really
it too. I like
love
it
it.
too. It's good. All right, so to wrap this up, who's the who's the most surprising team right now that's doing good, and who's the most disappointing team in your guys' opinion? For me, I'm gonna say the most disappointing team for me is the Cardinals. They look horrible. They really do. The Cardinals are probably one of the worst teams that I like at the beginning. They are not starting off good. They've got a good roster, and I'm shocked.
There's 162 games.
I know,
They'll be
but
fine.
I'm just saying
it's
right
not-
now.
obvi-
We're looking
obviously,
right
yeah,
now.
Like it's only
100%.
It's only the third.
'Cause I mean, what?
series of the season so far. So I mean, obviously, like, but yeah, I do like the question.
Yeah.
though, still, because there are some teams.
Because
that
what
are
the
like,
Dodgers were third in the division for most of the year last year, and then they just like destroyed at the end.
Oh yeah.
So I mean that happens.
I mean, the most disappointing for me, it's got to be the Phillies. I mean,
feel it.
they've got Harper, they've got
Yeah,
Schwarber,
they're 1-5.
and they've got Trey Turner now.
Yeah.
They've got Trey Turner over at third, and I don't know. I think they've only got one win so far.
The World Series.
Yeah,
slump
they're
is
one in
pretty
they're 1-6
regular,
or something right now. I think.
Yeah.
So, and obviously, like, yeah, it's still the very beginning of the season. Obviously, so
How
I
are
mean,
the
this doesn't
Padres
mean
doing?
anything.
Padres are dog shit, dog.
Not
I think they've
good.
won one game
That
or
would
two
be
games.
my most surprising team because they
Yeah.
spent so
Yeah, they did.
much money.
They
They're
spent a
3 and
lot.
4.
to not
They're
even.
3 and 4.
Yeah, you know what?
Hopefully they'll bounce back, but
they're
if
on a
you
lose,
just
too.
glue a team together like that, usually they disappoint.
You know
so.
what? I actually might have to agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's
'cause
actually I could see changing that. Yeah, because they spent so much.
Padres spent so much money.
Yeah,
They got to
Yeah.
turn it around at some point.
and then my most impressive team. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but I'm gonna say the Rays. They're looking really good right now. Like I did not think they would be top of the division.
They were.
I really
mean,
thought that
it's
they
not
would
like
start
they
off
were-
pretty even, like 3-3, and they're 6-0. So I mean, that's pretty impressive.
It's not like they were bad.
They're not
last
bad.
Year.
No,
like,
but they
last
fell
year,
off.
I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
they fell
last
off at
year
the
they
end.
weren't bad or anything, but they definitely weren't like the same.
Well, they
caliber
choked. They
of-
choked. They had that division until and then the Yankees got hot.
Well,
the Blue Jays,
Yankees had an unbelievable May and
100%.
June.
That's what I'm saying.
Yankees had
They
an
got hot, and
unbelievable-
everybody.
Yeah.
But the Rays screwed them. So I think they honestly could have still won the division even with the Yankees hot if they would have stayed good.
Yeah.
But they fell off. So.
It's yeah.
We want to move on to restaurants.
Yes. Okay. So
How much time do we have?
I told him we got about we usually can go what like 5 minutes over at the most. So we got like 10 minutes.
If we need to
I-
stop
I-
at like
we can
3
do like
picks
10.
each,
We can do
could.
like 10 minutes over.
Okay.
if you
So
want.
like okay, that's fine. So we'll say like we usually do 5 picks each.
yeah.
That's cool.
Now my
And you
question.
usually let the guest go first.
Yeah, well, yeah. Since you're
My-
the guest, you get the number 1 overall pick.
My question for you is like, what constitutes?
We're talking
fast.
fast.
Food?
Okay, that means anything that either A has a drive-through or usually takes less than like 5 minutes to get your food.
Okay, so like no pizza places.
We can
we're
stretch
saying.
it.
Well,
no,
Little
no,
Caesars
no.
is fast
We can
food for
stretch
me.
it. Pizza Hut, it's good.
Pizza Hut, no. Fuck that.
No.
You
we
want
can
to?
stretch
Do
it.
we want to include pizza chains?
I'll just say it has to be like a brand. Like it can't be like Mother Bears.
So a national food chain. Kind
I think that's good.
Okay,
I think-
national
I think
food
we can
chain.
put that on
I'm
the
down
board.
with that. Okay.
Okay.
All right, you get the number 1 overall
Number
pick.
1. This is easy. I could literally talk about this for all day.
Don't take it. I'll kill you
24
too.
hours straight. And it's Wendy's. Wendy's is number
Oh,
1.
he didn't take it. Thank God.
Nothing's
Okay,
even
nope.
close.
I agree with you. Frosties are fantastic.
Frosty's
I love it.
fantastic.
It's
the
the-
4 for 4 was revolutionary.
It's undoubtedly the best burger chain.
No one
in
thought they
America.
could
I
top
agree.
the 4 for 4, and then they dropped the biggie bag. Just,
The
oh my
biggie
God.
bag, dog. The
biggie
$5
Oh my
biggie
God,
bag, dog.
$5. If you go to McDonald's, it costs like $10 for the same thing. So even if it were slightly better, which it's not,
Agreed.
you could
will
still
say-
get that biggie bag. For
I will say the
so much
peppermint
better.
frosty. Dude, did you get it?
Yes, it's
Dude.
great. The strawberry was.
I don't like the strawberry one. I'm just not a big fan of strawberries.
good.
But dude, give me a chocolate frosty or the peppermint. Oh, dude, I'll
With
die.
and you can
I'll
sub
die
it
right there.
into the biggie bag. Are you
Honestly,
kidding?
yes.
Best $5 I've ever spent.
Honestly, that's what I'm saying.
That is
It's
the
the
best.
most underrated pick.
It's the best first round pick to
Thank
go
you.
with.
I had to make sure I got
that
it.
is, yeah. I applaud that first round pick.
All right.
Now, before we go on, is this like objective or is this just like, oh, my favorite?
Your
A little bit of
favorites.
both. We'll do a little bit of both.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to
Little
go
bit of both?
objective, you
Okay.
can. But
Okay.
all right, I'll let you choose. Do you want the next pick or do you want the
you-
championship pick? What we
So
call
it- well,
the
so it-
final pick or like the middle pick?
No, I don't want the middle pick.
Okay. I'm down. Thank God.
I feel cheap for that.
No,
though,
it's
you
okay.
know,
I'm chill
but-
with it because I really don't want you to take this restaurant.
All right.
Easily a restaurant I could eat at every day of my life.
be
It's revolutionary. It's got to be Chick-fil-A, dog. Chick-fil-A is the best. I knew you would take it. I was glad you gave me the middle pick, dog. Chick-fil-A is
Literally,
the GOAT.
Those two were my first.
Those
two
are my
picks.
two favorite
Those
restaurants,
are
dog.
my first two picks.
I like
Literally
Chick-fil-A a
just
lot.
Chick-fil-A, Wendy's.
Little overrated.
Oh.
I have to say it.
No, dog.
When
Oh
I eat
my
there, I'm like,
God.
honestly,
It is
the chicken,
undoubtedly the
it's
best
high
chicken.
quality. It's probably the highest quality out of all the fast foods. And I'm a big Chick-fil-A guy, like the brand and all that. But every time I eat it, I'm like, people say this is a lot better than it actually is.
No,
Maybe I
dude,
just
it's
don't order
not.
right.
Those
I
are
just
the
get
only
a
two
chicken
that I
Sammy.
You want me to tell you what
wanted.
to get? Honestly, I mean, do you like ketchup?
We'll go one day. There's one around here. We'll go.
Okay, bet.
We'll
Dude,
go to
it's
the
the
college
best thing
mall.
ever. It's
Those
the
are
best
the
thing.
only two that I wanted. Now I have no clue what
All
the
right,
hell
so
to do
you
because I have
took
two
Wendy's.
picks now, right?
Yeah, you get two back to back.
All right. I'm gonna get my first one out of the way. I'm gonna go Pizza Hut.
Okay. Ugh. There's too greasy, dog. Oh.
No, I like. Oh,
Oh.
I don't know. Pizza.
I would not have taken that number one.
This is my objective pick.
Okay.
This is my objective pick. There's another one that I have that I love a lot more, but I do love Pizza Hut. I
Okay.
do love Pizza Hut.
2 months ago, I was a huge Pizza Hut guy, but during the Super
So
Bowl,
gross.
they screwed us over, man.
Dude.
They did us dirty.
They did us dirty.
They waited
shoot.
2 to 3 hours, and then when they finally came, they're like, "Oh, by the way, we ran out of hot wings, so we're just gonna give you a refund." And they refunded like 5 out of the like $60 thing, and I was like, "Go get your refund," and he's like, "No, it's okay." So yeah, they did me mad dirty, but I love getting like going to Target and you get the little pizza thing.
Dog, yeah.
The breadsticks are underrated.
The breadsticks are
good, but they're not the best at
fan-fucking-tastic.
pizza places
They're
anymore.
not the best.
They
but
used to be.
You
but
have
they're
to.
not
they're
anymore.
well
Always
seasoned.
ask for extra seasoning for
Yep.
Pizza
Correct,
Hut.
100%.
For Pizza Hut.
All right. So what's your
breadsticks.
second? Don't take it. Please don't take it. Jesus, don't.
There's a lot we can go with here.
I'm gonna go.
There's 3
So this
blue
is my
chip pizza.
backup burger place.
Okay.
I feel like this place is underrated. Don't
Okay.
worry, you probably not, but I'm gonna go with Culver's.
Culver's is so.
Culver's
Yo,
is so
the
good.
frozen custard too. Damn you.
Concrete.
Okay.
The
concrete
concrete
mix is the
mixers
mint one,
are
dog.
amazing.
Oh
like,
my
literally,
God.
literally
That's a good
everything.
second round pick.
Everything at Culver's is so
That
good.
is the best to start
burgers,
off, though. I
the
can't be mad.
cheese curds, the concrete
Their
mixers.
cheese curds are so good.
It's so good.
Damn it.
So good.
Okay, I'm going underrated here, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but their cherry limeades are the best. Sonic.
Yep.
Sonic,
I
dog.
respect
Bad
the
pick.
pick.
Sonic.
I respect the pick.
Honestly, I
Bad
think that's
pick.
such a good one.
Sonic is great.
Nah, dude, Sonic is so
You
good.
could've
Their
got that
burgers are
later.
good. They have good fries.
You could have
good.
got that way later in the draft.
I don't think I could have though.
Yeah.
I was very hesitant on whether or not you guys would pick it.
Would you have picked it? I wouldn't have.
I probably would have eventually, but I don't. It,
I wasn't
it
for
would have
sure.
been, it would have been a
That's
later.
like-
I
It
think
would have
that's
been a
a
later
good.
draft.
That's like a
yeah,
fourth round
but
pick.
I
Later
just wanted
draft
it.
pick.
It's
Just
kind
like
of it's
the
my
NFL
Pizza
mock
Hut.
draft.
What are you
You're-
going?
All right. So we have something interesting on the board. A rare opportunity here.
A rare
So
opportunity.
I'm gonna go big.
You get
know
two,
how-
by the way.
Oh,
It's back to back.
Oh my God, this draft's over. I got this. So I'm doing the equivalent of like taking 2 big centers. I'm taking McDonald's to back up Wendy's.
McDonald's is
I know
such
they got
dog
the
shit,
same
dog.
game.
It's dog shit. I worked there for a year and a half. It
let's
is
talk
horrid.
about objectivity.
No, it's horrible.
the biggest one.
Objectivity, yes.
It's the biggest one, but it's also the worst
Someone
one.
could say, "Oh, his list is better because he had McDonald's and you had Wendy's." Now that's taken away. I got the 2 best bigs in the game, basically.
yeah.
So
I mean,
You've
from
got
an
the best
objective
pick in the
standpoint,
game.
yes, you've probably got
For a
it
second round
locked
pick, that's
right
tough.
now, honestly.
and
For a
third,
second round pick,
McDonald's is a last round pick, undrafted in my opinion. All right, what's your third?
So if I took 2 big men, I need like a real good shooter out there. So I'm going wild here.
Okay,
I'm going Panda Express.
Panda is
I'm
so
going
gross,
crazy.
dog.
I'm just throwing.
That's a horrible pick.
Wait, actually, can I change it? Wait.
Okay, we have a
Okay,
rule
wait,
at the
wait,
end.
wait,
We have
yeah.
a rule at the end where you can change one of your picks if it's not taken, but
Yeah.
you can't change it now. So if it's not taken, and you're also, you can like switch.
I feel like I just went early on it. But
you did. It's dog shit.
I think it's one of the best if you're going Chinese food, and we have to go with national brands here. Obviously, you would go to your mom and pop shop.
They're always the best.
I feel like it literally adds diversity to my lineup.
I feel it.
And I think it's good.
Yeah, we should just start naming like Aurelia. like, just no, straight. Okay, for mine, I can't believe it's still on the board. I'm taking easily the best chain pizza place all around, Domino's.
Domino's.
That's so mid.
Domino's is so good.
That wasn't my bag. I do love Domino's.
Domino's is the best one because the Papa John's and Crown Point is dog shit. It's horrible.
Domino's has the best prices.
Agreed.
They're undoubtedly the best prices.
Besides Little Caesars. But Little Caesars
that doesn't count.
Crazy Bread is the best bread. I'm sorry. Crazy Bread I'll eat all day, every day. Easy.
Domino's has the best value for its dollar.
And their seasoning on their crust, the garlic butter, dog, that shit is gas.
Yeah.
So
it's great.
I'm glad I took that then. All right, you get 2, Jackson.
All right. I'm going to go a little bit out of left field here. I don't know if a lot of people would consider this fast food. You can throw the flag on it if
we're pretty.
I'm going to go with Starbucks.
That's technically, Dunkin' is like fast food. It's a different type. It's
all right, man.
I'm gonna go with Starbucks.
They got a drive-through.
Yeah, you took a wild. You took a wild one.
What percent of the population is white women? Because you just won that whole demographic.
I'm going Starbucks.
Good job, buddy.
Region people. He won everybody in the region.
The next one.
I don't know.
Are you taking Dunkin'?
Don't
I'm not going with Dunkin'.
Dude, he literally would have
been a better pick.
I feel like for me, I like Dunkin' more than Starbucks.
I think Dunkin's a better pick.
And it actually was gonna be one of my picks. It was gonna be my later pick, but
Dunkin' overall, I think I like better.
They're way better. It's and they're better prices.
Yeah, I think you messed up.
I can literally get a 99-cent extra large iced coffee.
And the donuts are decent.
They're way better.
No, I'm not in love with Dunkin's donuts.
Dude, they're so good.
Krispy Kreme.
They're good enough.
Hey, you work from Kentucky. Krispy Kreme, you know what I'm talking about. But
Krispy Kreme's better, but
they're a dessert donut.
Dunkin's good.
Dunkin's a breakfast donut.
It's just because, like the small, mom and pop chains.
Yeah, I feel
that. Just like small town mom and pop donut places.
They're always good.
They're always good.
Always good.
But I'm not going to Starbucks to pay $6 for a coffee when I can get a better one for 99 cents.
6 if you're lucky, man.
Again, from objectivity standpoint, I guess. I guess.
I
don't know.
So you get another one. He's taking Dunkin'.
I should.
That'd be like 2 points.
I'm gonna go with a chicken place, but I can't decide which one I want to do.
If you say Popeyes, no, it's over.
Go.
Popeyes is horrid.
You know which one I like, man. Kentucky boy.
Yeah, I know. You are a Kentucky dog.
I would probably go with a different one, but I will go objectivity again. This whole thing is just going to be objective for me now. But yeah, I'm going Popeyes.
Popeyes is somebody was like, it's better than Chick-fil-A. Somebody said it's better than Chick-fil-A. The seasoning's so good. I bit into it and went, yeah, nah.
Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A is so much better.
Good.
In my mind, honestly, I think Cane's is better too.
Cane's is not better.
I love eating a Popeyes biscuit and literally choking to death. And honestly, to call the fucking ambulance.
Honestly, I will say this though: the one you're talking about is dog shit. Their chicken has gotten really bad. I know what you're talking about. You're from Kentucky.
I think it would be a good 5th round.
It's a good 5th round. I gotta take it now that we've talked about it. Before you take it, I'm taking Dunkin', dog.
Okay.
I gotta take it because I was scared. I was like, nobody would take it.
Especially for what 3rd round pick? Is that where you're at?
That's my 4th.
4th?
That's my
that's his 4th.
That's the steal of the draft, I think.
Yeah. Besides, that and I think that's the steal of the draft. That and getting Culver's in 2nd, I guess. I would have taken Culver's over Pizza Hut.
Okay. You left some interesting.
You got 2, by the way. This is your last 2, though.
2?
Yes.
Oh, should I double up again?
See, the funny thing is you know what I wanted to take? It's still considered fast. It's not considered fast food, though. I was going to say, you're from Kentucky. The Spaghetti Factory is so good, dog.
Spaghetti Factory.
And there's multiple. There's one in Louisville. There's one in Indy.
I haven't been there since I was a kid, but
I haven't either, but I loved it. There's Spumoni, dog.
No, the South has like their own brands.
Dude, they do.
I don't know if you know about, this is my pick, but Zaxby's. It's underrated.
I went to Alabama this summer, and it's not that great. It's good, but it's not that great. It's decent.
Literally just like way better versions of foods here.
I hope you don't take mine though. Please don't take it, Jesus.
I'm going. Let's go objectivity here. I'm not even a big fan of it. I'm going Chipotle.
Okay, Chipotle's dog shit. Qdoba's better. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't like that would be my pick. It would be Qdoba. That would be my pick. But
okay.
Go ahead.
And
you get a double up.
Double up,
dude. I might. Cause what have I not covered? I got.
Dude, you've forgotten one of the best for a certain thing, and I'm gonna take it. Just hopefully don't take. I'm not gonna say it though. Go ahead, continue. Go ahead and say your one you were thinking about. It's the 5th round. This is your last.
Should I double up? Just double up. All right, I'm going Taco Bell.
Okay.
I'm getting the whole.
You're just getting the
talking about
franchises, the big ones. I thought you were gonna say KFC.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like most days.
Well, you can trade it out. Remember, you said you didn't really want Panda anymore. So at the end, you can trade it.
Everybody can have one trade.
The way it's shook out, I think Panda adds a lot to my squad.
It does. It's that middleman. It's that middleman.
No, do you know like 20% of people, those freaky motherfuckers, are gonna see Panda and go, he won.
I agree.
Alex Bond.
So
for one.
I was between two, and I think this is the best one. I'm taking Arby's. Their curly fries are unmatched, dog.
So I do really
it's not,
like Arby's.
I like their roast beef though too. I like it.
It's just shitty Wendy's.
For me, they're
dude, they're curly fries.
They're a great B+ place.
I agree. I got a 5th place. I got a 5th round, so I'm taking it.
Aside from the curly fries, they have nothing really that just like catapults
beef and cheddar,
them. That really just catapults them to the top for like an S tier.
I don't know.
There's nothing against them. I think they're great.
That's why I got a 5th round. I took a 5th round. I knew nobody would take it.
That's a respectable 5th round.
I had another one. It's the song that is my ringtone.
So do I do 2 or do I do 1?
You get 1.
I get 1?
This is the end, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Shit. All right.
You know what my ringtone is, right?
What?
Oh, he wasn't on. That's right. You weren't here for
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's right.
No, that's the restaurant I was thinking about.
I'll call him in a sec.
No, I'll tell him in a minute, but it's just.
God, I kind of want to take that, but not really.
That was my other one because of the one thing.
I'm not really thinking of how much is left.
I like this place that you and I are talking about.
Yeah.
But it's
gotten so much shit lately.
Yeah, it has. Okay. I'm between 2, and I'm gonna go with. I don't know if I should go with the sandwich place or if I should go with
get Canes off the board.
Get Canes off the board. That's true. No, I'm gonna go with the sandwich place. Just the whole thing is objective. I'm gonna go with Jimmy John's.
Okay. No. For a 5th round pick, I think that's good.
Dude, I would have picked Jersey Mike's or Subway over those two.
I like Subway more than Jimmy John's, but I know the majority of the population.
No, I'm with you. Jimmy John's is not that great. I would take Jersey Mike's and Subway over Jimmy John's any day. Jersey Mike's is better. I'm sorry.
The only thing that
Jersey Mike's is a better pick.
The only thing on here that was like kind of a gamble for me that wasn't like catering to the audience was just Culver's.
I agree. So you're taking Jimmy's.
So
okay.
No.
Culver's
wins you a region.
Okay, actually, great pick. Nope. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm taking Arby's off the board, and I am taking Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's is one of the best, I think, in my opinion, places to get a sandwich you can get at all. So
I'm thinking Chipotle is probably my weakest spot, and
I agree.
But I would replace it with the chicken place, but y'all kind of got that squared away.
Oh yeah, you're not winning the chicken.
Harold's
industry.
Chicken is like the best, but it's not big
decent.
enough. It's not big enough.
You could the only thing you could switch it
Cane's
with would be Cane's, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And Zaxby's, but
like Cane's is good. I will say I gave Cane's a lot of shit when I first tried it, just because I love Chick-fil-A.
As if.
For me, my 2 favorite like chain places of all time are Wendy's and Chick-fil-A. Like they just go back and forth between each other. But I will say Cane's has grown on me a lot.
It's not worth the money in my opinion. It's like $9 for 3 chicken tenders. Know, man. I can get 2 Chick-fil-A sandwiches for that.
It's open late, man.
That's the only reason.
Though. Open till like 2 in the morning.
I'm switching Chipotle with Cane's.
Okay.
I already got Taco Bell. Taco Bell's so much better than Chipotle anyway.
All right, so this is I'm going to read them off. Let me know if you want to change anything. Jimbo, you got Wendy's, McDonald's, Panda, Cane's, and Taco Bell. You good? You traded out one, so you're chilling? Okay. Mine, Chick-fil-A, Sonic, Domino's, Dunkin', and Jersey Mike's. I'm staying. That is a fucking all-star lineup.
That's a good team. That's good.
Jackson, Pizza Hut, Culver's, Starbucks, Popeyes, and Jimmy's.
If it weren't for Starbucks, man, if you took Dunkin' instead of Starbucks,
you would have won.
I would say you would have won.
But you didn't.
I don't know about
mine. You didn't, dog.
Mine is for like fat fucks exclusively. If you look at it, it is just the most unhealthy food I can.
Dog,
it's like I've got a great variety.
This is what it's like. If the guy that made Supersized was like, I'm gonna pick 4 other restaurants. These are the other 4 restaurants he would pick. Yeah, like
it is,
you know.
And I'm proud. I planted my flag.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic, dog. I'm not gonna lie. For a guy that's 100 wet.
Did we find out who won the sports movie draft?
Okay, so there wasn't actually like any vote.
Poll.
We had one comment. No, I put a poll, but it wouldn't fit in a text poll, so I had to make a post and say comment your winner.
Okay.
We got one comment, and all it said was my favorite movie is Miracle, which was Miracle on Ice. and Quincy had that one
Quincy
movie.
wins?
So I guess
So I said, that's what I said.
Gotta be
wins.
Quincy.
I said
Grandma.
technically Quincy win. I guess you win, but she didn't say I like that list. She just said I like that movie.
Because I put a poll up on that episode on Spotify.
Okay.
Nobody voted on it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
because most of them I
Nobody
get like
voted.
20, 25 votes. This one, I think it's because it was so long I couldn't fit it in a text
Plus,
poll.
it's at the end of the clip.
Yeah. So
Shout out
well, all the
Quincy's
other ones like
grandma. Not only did she put the thing about Miracle on ice, most likely, but she also tunes in very regularly.
very regularly. Good. Shout out to Quincy's grandma.
Shout out Quincy's grandma.
Who knew there was another better Belle in the family?
Once again, first there's
Once
Ms.
again.
Medlin, the
Yes.
GOAT.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up because I know we just pushed it over the 10-minute mark. So appreciate everybody who tuned in as usual. Make sure to go follow us on our Instagram at Bloomington_buddies. Like I said, I'm probably gonna try to create a Twitter and move away from TikTok just because I don't want to do all the work on TikTok and then in 2 weeks they go, oh, TikTok's banned, and I'm like, well, that was a waste of my time. So
Speaking of, let's get into politics.
honestly, let's do it. All you need to know is white people run Congress. That's all we got to know, okay? That's it. It's just old white dudes, and they don't know how to use TikTok. So I'm going to try to do a Twitter because Twitter doesn't get rid of anything because they don't care. So I'm going to put probably a lot more of these videos on Twitter when I create it, and then our Instagram. So yeah, make sure to check that out. Thank you, Mr. Jimbo Davis, for being on with us today.
Thank you.
As usual, thanks to our lovely producer Jackson for doing all the work on the side here. And we will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.